Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, any sound at the end of the world. This is Fadima. Don't come to una again with the social media review. Today is the 1st of August 2021. August 1, 2021, at the year they done so. We tell God thank you for life. We tell God thank you for all things, whether good or bad. We still get say thank you. I get with me as usual, my co-host them, Mr. Kutubu Koroma, where we they call professor na VOS, when professor, honorary professor, where we bestowed upon the people of VOS, the viewers of VOS, and people them outside VOS don't even agree for say yes, he's a man with a lot of knowledge. He might be controversial. Sometimes, might not like what they say, but they call him as he say him. And he can always try for speak what he feels saying the right thing. Also, we learned attorney Mr. Mohammed Shilon, of 40 years plus defense attorney practicing in North Carolina. One of my other course, I get with me. I just so lucky with get these fine gentlemen for course with me. Like I've been saying the last time, we're looking for a younger host way for join we because we want to get the young people in voice. We want to waiting the young people they get for say how then see the salon where they know how for move forward because we all the kaya every week after week after week. This is not the voice of Sierra Leone. This platform, the founder and the CEO and the general manager, them way been come, their vision was Mr. Cabo and Mr. Charlie, they came together, their vision was like we forget a platform away from home where we go sound off, where we go talk on issues where they bother where we all go learn together respectfully for push salon go before. Yeah, this platform like as una don't come, boku don't familiar with them, I tell una thank you because every week without una voice, we don't have no VOS. And we they tell una for sure say the one the way they run the governments, then they listen to we. Then they listen to we, sometimes they can take, sometimes they not they take, but then they listen. But it is good to have a government that listen to the voice of the people. And that is what makes a good leader. Good leader listens to the cry of the people and try for make amends and fix what's wrong. So let us not talk boku. Like I say, it is another day, we give God the glory. But among we people they die. Among we during this week we get family them where they mourn. Me young family, the Savage family of New Jersey. They lost their daughter, me cousin Buseri and wife Jarata in New Jersey. They lost their girl picking Khadija within California, a 40-year-old beautiful woman, gets so much ahead of he died this week, they lost her. So I say to them, I pray for them. We all they pray for them. We send condolences to me cousin and wife and all the family that is mourning, all the friends. When we take and so God wants them. Yes, it is not easy, but this is how it is. We also lost a beautiful a lady in the Sierra Leone community, a lady that everybody knows. Well, a lot of people know him. She's an entertainer, a singer. She's also 29, 30 years old. Insef died last week. We then say if we don't sick na America, people then say na cancer again. And according to the Telegraph, and in stepdaddy been puts the post where he died say he regret for announce the death of his daughter and stepdaughter, and they not be know how much she is sick. They not be know almost sick, but he left America because doctor they not able for men he go search for say let them go men and the country way. Unfortunately, she did not make it. Sometimes we can ask the question, was that the wise thing to do? For go out there, for go look other side. But then some people can say, when somebody's sick, then desperate medicine no day, then can do anything. So she was there, out there, when I pray for the family. Pray for a mama in the family, and he gets a 6-year-old daughter that she left behind. So when I just watch a little bit of him video, Diamond Cherry, may your soul rest in peace. May God have mercy on you, and may God strengthen the family too. So we also get people there among we who una self don lost una family them. Una self don lost una loved one them. We dey pray for una for the strength of God, for the courage of God, for be with una, for una endure the pain, because it is very hard to lose a loved one. No matter what they say, die. Everybody get for die, even though we know that, but nobody know what lay in person die. So you know, we dey pray for una, let God give una strength. The one day where they, some people they celebrate birthday, some people then they celebrate, some people 1 year older. We tell God thank you for una. So with una, like I say, VOS, now we all own VOS, now we all voice VOS, now the station we all manica, but at a big una share. Let's just play a little bit of them on Cherry. Then I will bring Professor in, and then I bring Mr. Shilo. Let them tell you a quick I do. And let we know say Corona still there, but we can't talk on them. Let we just get a little bit of this talent that has just been taken away from we, because they say that cancer now it gets. So let we go with the video real quick. Okay, that was Diamond Cherry. May his soul rest in peace. He don't die. He don't let we go. We where they be now. We dey for the dunia yagba. Now we dey for the world ni yagba. Now we the member bill the first of the month for begin pay bill and do what you they do. But we all didn't go down. We don't know the hour. We don't know the minute. That's why they say be kind unto one another. Do unto others as you would like others do unto you. Because what we do, how we treat people, it come back to we. You know. So let's talk on this corona business here. This corona business is serious. People are dying of corona, and SALONE gets corona, and the Delta variant is very, very vicious, and it take people alive. Inside America right now, it is getting out of control. India, we don't flood, they don't for them people that they for and die. It inside SALONE. People then get them. People when they come out SALONE, then they come America, then they test positive for the Delta variant. So it is serious. The vaccine, not a 100% prevent with, they don't talk them. But now then they try back for go back into the mask wearing, because this is thing. And they even compare them to smallpox. They even compare like how smallpox they come where they ravage people them. Then they compare this thing here. So say we did not go the hand, but we get for do we on. We as human beings we get for do we on, because God say with long life it will satisfy we, but we self get for do we part. He said that it is very, very contagious as smallpox, and may be spreading by vaccinated people as easily as the unvaccinated people. So the CDC don't talk on because you get the vaccine, because there was a time when we brother and sister them, because they don't take the vaccine, you know, then they out there, then they say, oh, I don't get the vaccine. Yes, you might not get the sick the way we forget them, but you they carry the disease, and you can carry them, you pass her on to somebody else. We can kill people them. So we all get a responsibility as a global village, as a world. This is a pandemic. It is what it is, but we have to take precautions. We have to do all the stuff that when necessary for try for save we thing. So may I bring Professor in first? tell the people that I do if you get anything for add to the coronavirus update. Then I bring Mr. Shilon. Mr. Shilon instead will tell I do and this corona because this thing has make it serious. And right now they don't red list we they don't put we in a red list. That means say we in a people they wouldn't say we get high rate of the virus even because they say we not even test. We not even test. We people them as much test as we go and people and they die when they don't know say that the virus they kill them because they don't know they don't get testing they don't know they be giving money then giving money then giving money we people and they get our money every time we they pay for go to the airport we they pay for go so they need for buy test them but they would them give money then go buy motor car where people then talk then say we not like the government not to like the government something and they what are our priorities waiting are we priority in life professor I bring you in to the conversation quick sir.
I just want to echo in welcoming all we fans them, like you just say. I just want to add small thing where you talk about the fact say the government they listen to it. I give you an example. For too long, I will not advocate say we are this water and electricity. The only people that will help with Panama America too long. And so finally, Alhamdulillah, America don't give for help we for get electricity go na SALONE. We tell God thank you. But some of we don't decide say we will continue for talk to the government of the United States for make sure that money not go to nobody from the president take handle. Let America supervise that money you're the question they do in Iraq. At least we'll get electricity once and for all. And then quickly to the corona, like you say, I think saying that this is a reality and not sinking. Because for too long, the government of SALONE, they downplay the corona business, if it's a joke, they take away politics. Then Mr. Solomon Jamil want challenge the people in the United Kingdom, but you know, you cannot become a foreign policy that, you know, waiting good, they can invested interest. Now waiting good for them, not waiting good for SALONE. Now waiting good for United Kingdom, they do. SALONE waiting good for them now for take the corona like a joke, now good for them. You see, even government officials, you know, they see in the web mask, and so they get out and they and demonstration and parade, all they see. So the hope is this time around, common sense will prevail over opportunistic calculation. So let them understand say, this corona not to play, and let the government spend money for also help in that arena as they start for provide things and for be able for combat. Thank you very much, and back to you guys.
To you Mr. Shilon sir.
Okay, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, any side you're in at the world. This night live show. We'll call it a participatory show in the sense that everybody they call, ask them to listen. We want for call, not to. It's being recorded as well, but we just strongly encourage people and for listen and for participate. So I do to everybody. Before I go to the corona, we normally get certain numbers them for call. If you watch now your iPad or your tablet, your computer, or even on your telephone, we'll get phone numbers and we'll the post for make you call if you get something for say. And so we'll get toll-free number winner 1-866-944-7722. 866-944-7722. If you call from the United Kingdom, the number now 44-203-239-9581 plus 44-203-239-9581 calling from the United Kingdom or England. And if you call from Australia, now plus they sign plus 61-280-064-352. Calling from Australia, plus 61-280-064-352. 064 352. And of course, WhatsApp, which gives access to everybody, regardless of where you're calling from, in most cases. Then the calling number will be 1-343-997-5828. 343-997-5828. The one will apply if you're calling from outside the United States. But I think if you call from within the United States on WhatsApp, you just go straight to 343-997-5828. So with that, I hope everybody will get access to be able to call in when you get something in your mind where you want to contribute or you want to say. As far as the COVID-19 pandemic or the corona issue is concerned, of course, with everybody's Delta variant, we then say mostly come from India, and then say it is very deadly, meaning when it strike you, you get very short time for do anything about it. Otherwise, you will die. Not like the virus itself earlier last year or throughout last year, maybe where you're sick, then go put you in a ventilator, and this kind of a thing there. But now this Delta variant very serious. So we encourage people them very much so, because take the vaccine, forget the vaccination, because because when you get them, it improve or build your body, your immune system, your resistance to the virus. In case somebody will get them, you come in contact with them, or maybe you just catch them from the thin air. But if you don't get the vaccine, if you don't get the vaccination, that's go help you. Even if you catch them, almost exclusively what you would hear is for say if you don't get at least one shot, but particularly if you don't get all two, you vaccinations them, that your body is set for fight the virus. But if you don't take them, then you don't get no resistance. You have a high chance for die. So we try to encourage people them, particularly back home, because here they get a lot of ways for reach the people them. We under now mostly people now radio then we go for depend on. 99% of the population not get television, and the entire country not get television, as some area no more get TV. So easy for spread the information. And even with radio, I don't know for now, but when I was there, if you did na the eastern province like Kalaun district, the radio transmission very poor. You go get go hear SLBS until late night, say after then 10 or 11 o'clock, where most time at that time the people don't go sleep. And then very early in the morning, like 6, 7 o'clock. But most of the day, you don't hear anything. Now mostly radio stations in Guinea and Liberia, you will hear even with Sierra Leone. So we don't know how much people in the area. So the one that will get the opportunity now to listen to we with it, now the east, we'll go there, Cornwall district, Kalaun district, Kenema district. Now the east there, because these are the three main districts there in that area there. Please spread the word that this Delta variant is serious, is deadly, is swift, it'll kill very quickly. So the key is go take the vaccination, get them for build up your resistance. The vaccination is another problem, it's another thing. Ask, may they make, we now with the broadcast from America, we prefer the American brand name, the Johnson & Johnson type. There's the other one from England, that's good too. I cannot speak to any other one where it come from Russia or China, that we don't know about, particularly within IR. But maybe it better forget something than to get nothing. So me not to discourage anybody for take any kind of vaccination. I think any kind of vaccination better pass. Uh, not forget any kind. But what you mean to suggest is that we what we get, and I may recommend to people because I may get. But please let the government provide ways because the other problem we're gonna salon, the government they talk, but they not they walk the walk. They not they provide, we not see for those of us who don't go there, we don't mingle around the people, we not see any structure in place where they encourage people them for even take the vaccine, let alone vaccination, let alone for even try for prevent spreading it. So we strongly recommend to the government again that there is a reason why we call on the government. Now, una don't assume that responsibility. They nobody no impose it on una. So una we claim say una get which it take for run government, we for all una fit to the fire and do the right thing, not to for just ride on the back of the horse and forget to feed the horse, to give the horse water when are the people. And the people in the carry una, but when they forget about them. So we strongly encourage those in power for please try their best for encourage the people, give the people a free mask. Stop selling the mask. The masks are being given to us by international organizations for free. Why we they sell them, I don't know. And even if they give it for free, it's time for we to begin to afford. We can't always just stretch our hand out, we not give. So even if we get for spend government money for buy mask and give the people them for free, I think that would be money well spent. Nobody go complain. Say, oh, then take government money for buy mask for give people them free. So the thing way them for they do sometimes, I don't know who side of mind did another drop. So we strongly encourage. Last but not least, this program, of course, with the broadcast I'm in Creole, but I've had instances like my Gambian friends, my Senegalese friends or clients who they'll say, oh, Mr. Shilon, we see you na YouTube, we see you na Facebook. Then the first question I can say, well, now we local language with the talk. When I understand, oh yeah, we don't understand. But then when I can say to them, I say I strongly encourage you guys, just in case you have something to say, you don't have to call, you can call in. And you don't necessarily have to speak Creole. All of us speak English. So feel free, call, express yourself, and you don't have to belong or be a Sierra Leonean because there are certain things of common interest that we all have. Gambians, Nigerians, Ghanaians, there are certain commonalities in terms of the problems in Africa. So I tell them, call, express yourself in English. All of us will understand, and the listeners will understand because all those who listen to the show who speak Creole speak English as well. So I just try for encourage. Encourage me co-host them too. If they get American friends, if they get British friends, Canadian friends who don't speak Creole, tell them to call and make whatever contributions or ask any kind of questions they have in English. We'll be more than happy to hear what they have to say. Back to you, Ms. Fadima.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shilon. Thank you. Me people them so we they go to the next one where we they can't talk, but now before we go on, we they carry on a different platform them within our Facebook, within our YouTube, within our Twitter, within our Periscope, I think, and Instagram. So
Instagram.
on a friend we day, on a follow the page, on a like, on a push the notification bell because the notification bell then go tell you oh don't come. No, look how we multiply this business because we all from each other. Let we make suggestions where the push we country go before because for the longest time we don't left behind and we they try for go before. Some people not agree how for go before. We get party them, we get opposition, we get people them. We but for the good one we go push salon go before. We must push salon go before because now we way down there, now we country down there, now we thing down there where we all they try for the salon better. We might not agree the way they do them, but if we agree to disagree and look and say we all they try for understand we save, we will help for push salon go before. There are some times when we get for do what we get for do. So the next topic what they can talk on, but Now the rainy season where they go on na Freetown. The rainy season they go on na Freetown, and we see the Telegraph write a thing on the page. The Telegraph puts a stuff where they talk on the rainy season. They take over SALONE while the government they try for go after the mayor's office, for go after city council, for go after waiting they go on now the city. We don't talk for the longest time, say deforestation they go on, then they cut the tick them, then they build outside enough for bill, then they go block outside water, then roots, then they then plant, then they tick there, we don't go, they see the timber, then they go, then they go cut timber them where people then they talk, they say people not like government. Something then they will not for do one. Begin do where the rain they come, where the flood they come. And now they tell you whose tribe you come out, you know they tell you whose region you come out, you know they tell you whose party you belong, where the flood they come, it they was all man go. It they was people they go, it they poor property, it they poor life. So what we can they talk, not of us, we not like government, but we get for sound off. Okay, we get for sound off because what in do then thing are very important. Where God make tick, he make tick for then are grown. We know for the cut the tick, the cut stick, we know the plant for the longest time. Not of this government, it begin pan. It don't begin from long term. Wait man not craze, then get sense. Where they don't find out, then they spend money for find out what's nature. Then they spend money for find out. The world where they see everything where they go on, but we on small country. We see them there's their way rain come, flood come, it go up to 2 story, like outside and on. So first of all, we been get development and land planning and development where maybe they go up. You know they build any side, you know they live any side. But the lawlessness for the longest time, from government after government, we just they do what we feel for do. We just they build what we feel for do, and at the results that we they get so. When the season they come, flood they come, people then they die, people they host then they spoil them property them and they think tranga right now. People then they cry, adopt people and they call say the ground dry, people and they call tranga. Then the rain they come. But the government for letting they do their work, for do what and they do, me Fadima say, and like according to the waiting and call, then they behind the mayor for let them do waiting and they do. Then they behind the government, then they behind it, and they play politics. Then they play dirty politics according to the Telegraph. Then they play dirty politics by the mayor. Una get for do the work, una get for work together. One thing I like about that mayor, she is steadfast, she is goal oriented. Una not get for lekam. But as long as they do the work, and not for them that you party, but as long as they do the work of the people, where elect them for go do the work, in goal where it come, it say transform in Freetown. Now for clean Freetown, now for fix Freetown, we know say Freetown congest, we know say Freetown, all man they work on top in company, people and they bill outside, they want bill, do it in, they want do dirty boku, where they don't they say na which man. I don't know think kill and a witch man. No, not a witch man. The dirty na in a witch man. The filth na the city na in a witch man. Then dirty, then they all then they can, then they was go na the ocean, then they was go na the river, they all that in a contamination and sickness. Na the dirty na in a witch man. Not a witch man, not a man they go witch you. Na the dirty they kill. Dirty they kill because sickness they will not get the kind medicine, they will not get the kind hospital them. With governments they not take priority for the thing the way they better we they see them, then they go overseas, then they carry them picking and go, then they carry their wife and go, then they carry them family, then they call them brother picking, then they carry their sister picking and go, then they go to give treatment. We all they fed for them, we all they kill we self for them, we all they cost for them, we they die with people and they die. With people and they suffer. We're not able to see. Say, hey, this kind way so. It no matter if na me tribesman, it no matter if na me party person, when they know they do well, we for talk up. We for talk and we person do good, we for clap for them. Now so God say. Because we are people that we believe God. So they use God. God say, we for cheer, we for talk good, but we come we do good. So that the good back will come for we because we all go enjoy the good. Pray for person, lay able do good. So I pass on to the gentleman them. This rainy season, Mr. Shilon, We don't see waiting and say, but this mayor, I know say you just come off Freetown, you not say it about a month or two ago, you just come off Freetown. Now the rainy season don't come, it don't take over. The flooding, the irrigation, this mayor been they work so hard, it get partner them where they come, the irrigation system, then they clean them gutter. We don't clog for 20 years. Dirty then a gutter. Long time what we been there, what we been they go. That's why I say I need a young voice for can talk out and see salone. Because long time what we been they go, they see the gutter, what are they passing at the gutter, they see gutter. All the man they clean the own gutter, then bolo with it, then they take crop that brush, then crop you gutter. You know they see bolo green, they what are they run with a pick them 1 cent they walk in see inside gutter, with they fed money in a gutter. But now you know they see the gutter. It's so filthy. We the people say we not sabi keep we area clean. We not sabi keep we surrounding. Not all thing government they do for we. We self get problem. We self not able clean we surrounding. You go not take dirty to go where I'm outside enough for day. Then all thing we cry government. Not all thing a government. So that bring you inside, Mr. Shilon. Let yourself rub more and put your own sense per this because the flooding they take place with they cut down the trees, with they throw away dirty in a gutter, with they block the tree. The government said for letting they do the local government do a work, it affects the city mayor, the city mayor of Freetown. They perfect what they see waiting the mayor they do. Mr. Shilon, I'm bringing you into these conversations.
Yes, thank you very much, Ms. Fadima. This is another issue. For we they talk purely motivated by love of country, not love for any individual, not love for any school where we attend, not love for the area and the country where we were born. For we see we say first as Sierra Leonean, we not see we say as Northerner, Southerner, Easterner, Westerner. For we not see we serve as Creole, Limba, Loco, Madingo. The sad part about this, and we see a reflection of that from here. I just want to take a little bit of time, make people understand the mentality of some of we, maybe we know they see progress. Now, America, what we did? A large number of we within here. Some of we within here, we don't work now, we get we education now. Some of we will go secondary school now. Some of we will go universities now. Some of we will even teach at universities. Waiting we find people like me find, and I can speak as an authority on that because of the length of time we're already in this country. And that mentality they will transfer into the country. And that is, if you try to form an organization of Sierra Leoneans, most people don't care. If you just say, like this area, they will get an organization called Organization of Sierra Leoneans in the Irisa Triangle area. Yeah, you get a handful of people, but that is of less interest to them. The thing, we are not driven together. We are not pulled together. I mean, the force of gravity not look applicable to we Sierra Leoneans. Now, but if you say an organization of Kono, every Kono man go join. An organization of Minde, that's much more of a motivation. And when I don't need to call certain organizations within America, which is purely based on tribal membership, which is absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous, because it's counterproductive. It does no good, not even for the very group themselves where they propagate this kind of membership. But the problem is, these are the people where they end up back home for rule at their old ministries, and then are permanent secretaries, and some of them are ministers. But the mentality not change. So if you're in America, you not see yourself as a Sierra Leonean. Not the way you go SALONE, you go see yourself as such. You see yourself as a Konoman. You see yourself as a Mindeman. You see yourself as somebody who come up with you. You see yourself as somebody who come up Moyamba. that nationalistic mentality doesn't exist within that individual there. It's like he gets 60 PhDs for some strange reason. So when you put man at that one day, you give him a cabinet position or a permanent secretariatship. He is not going to run the ministry where he holds because he don't even get the basic concept that the office he holds is of a national definition, not for the country, not for in tribe, not for in district. So when you put somebody who don't even understand the nature of the office where he holds, how do you expect the result or any progressive ideas will come out of it? And this is a common thing. So with the fool we serve, a lot of times when they tell you, say, oh, professor this, professor that, those things don't mean anything. If you not grasp the reality and the necessity and the substance of the position we hold, these are the things that were the ruin we, So now what do we have? We have people that they go back home. If we accept the fact that Freetown is the capital city of a country or the capital of a country, and if we accept the fact that the mayor is a very progressive mayor, probably the most progressive mayor Sierra Leone has ever seen. I'm not saying people shouldn't have disagreement with her, but let it be disagreement based on substance, not superficial issues. Let it be a disagreement based on policy. And policy where you think, say, will create better result for the city and the mayor is resistant to progress. But when we allow people and the president says nothing, and he is the president of the country, and you would think he will know. He goes out there, because even the president himself, if you don't contribute to Freetown being run properly, I guarantee you the president himself doesn't want to live anywhere else in Sierra Leone other than Freetown. So if you get somebody where they try to bring Freetown up to the level of our international standard, what's the problem? What is all this politics about? Now you get government, neighborhoods are being overridden by flood. As a result of our own recklessness, as a result of government looking the other way. Can we please understand why it's important for government to pay some attention to the thing and they? Let me stop right here. Let me ask the control room for show the current flooding this rain season and how it devastate people in one whole neighborhood.
Family, when they see this place, yeah, they call it Akram by that Bomesai area when they go towards this ferry area. Family, can see the hostel already in this surrounding, but I don't swell at them. As soon as you see this video, where they can post sonar family, don't see no more people they suffering in this country. As soon as you see, just watch someone they see people on top of the roof them. Some man not away for condom because you attach. You can't also water don't swell at you. The water a height, so let me say very close to very two-story height. The water where they come right down at this place so family. As soon as you see, do a family. This video show how they can post sonar any parts of a reaching at the world. Do a come help people also and pull them common at this area also. Actually, people they really suffer at this area. The water don't overcome the whole community. As soon as you see family, at the video this at the camp I post on phone family. Now anybody where they post on phone at this group do a family. We come and help them people also actually family.
All right.
Okay, that,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, Ms. Fadima, you can comment on that. Then I can let Professor comment, and then if
Yeah,
we need,
yeah,
we can.
we don't see the video like how you say. Number one, people are not supposed to leave the inside and they people that it was not made for let people that live inside and they, but because of what we don't happen in the past, everybody is flocking to Freetown because nobody is developing the provinces. So the Freetown don't turn America, it don't turn everybody one kind of Freetown, they want left the villages for kind of Freetown. So people are living all kind of places. First of all, they're not supposed to live there. And that's have been said, and we get urban planning and development, they tell where maybe they grow. Professor, I bring you into this conversation because you are not saying you have been no dented and they wouldn't get the planning and development. They be joined them two ministries and they together. You not just go build any side before you build, you get forget permit. But now these are places where people should not even be living. People are not for living at them place then they and then they go there and bank the water, then go. It's like and when then tear they come and when this disaster then they come. Some of these are man-made because now we they cause them with the cut stick them down. Then they tell we they cut we not they grow. This mayor also involved in planting million trees. And I remember 2019 she had a fundraising. It gets a dance before they make up. He sold out diasporans, people from everywhere. Then buy the ticket. People they waiting a free tongue. Then buy the ticket. Then support them because they been get vision. Because not to all time you the government money not do. So you get for go to the people. And she was smart enough to go to the people, do a fundraising. I think it was make every year events now, but this corona kind of problem for like a raise fund for like able to do the things of the people of Freetown. People are supporting her because they believe in the vision that she's carrying. You know, it no matter whose party they we all been supporter. We all they make for buy ticket before they make up tickets be done for buy. So what is the problem here, Professor? What is the problem? Answer we help we answer this question.
Well, like you say, the problem is multi-dimensional. But actually, when you look at the structure part of it, the structure part of it is when you live in a society where, first of all, not embrace a system. Today, I actually want to move away from this rule of law. Perhaps they confuse people there. So let's talk about structure. We in a place, we structure not the way foundation, not the people they don't do things from us. These are some of the results that they get. But Mr. Shillong, you and me know say now. Not to everything get for be concentrated now Washington DC or the capital, the nation's capital. For example, not talking about the Social Security Administration, we everybody in America, one way or the other, they benefit from Social Security. Outside the head office, now Baltimore, or to Washington. Now we talk about them, places, then news outlets, the major news organizations, CBS, NBC, CNN, this and that, this and that. Outside the headquarters and the offline. When I say offline, I hope you know understand what I mean. I take America, Washington and Freetown, then New York, New Jersey, all the material as offline. In other words, they need outsourcing. The thing is, because everything concentrated at Freetown, at the main town, so there has been this temptation for everybody can at the big town, everybody can. But then this downside of it, the town not that big in a way where it will able to accommodate everybody. Me and for example, I should say Mr. Shillong will relate to this. If you want to see how Freetown was such a beautiful place, anytime when I get chance, when I go back and look, when the Queen in Ghana SALONE, not to come from independence to 1961, Lord, you look at. Now when I see the beautification of the show. For you really love if you say we get that kind of a crowd at the place. In fact, you see even the parking itself, because there's one picture working there for like you see the State House way up the hill, you see that BP, you see the BP, you see the cotton tree, you see the law court. I mean the picturesque place, how the beautification of it. Because one, a lot of people they don't make so there was this planning, but man, waiting happens to politics. Everybody don't embrace politics. everybody, get this belief say the only way for survive na politics. So we decide say no, okay, better planning on it. We not go able accommodate them. So what people they do in the build any side where they go no more, and we don't get zones. I think Salone are the only place where me aware of, and I just say Mr. Ashula will support me. Say zoning, they not take zoning serious. And sometimes father always say look straight at Salone, okay, zoning talk me. Because there are certain things that you just cannot do it. You don't go down. It's just out of it. Because the zoning not go permit you. And that even goes for some, building the one that they put up. You even get out and corner, the building not go fast this. One that they do this building, now so for the structure and system. But all of this, Mr. Shilon and Ms. Fadima, that will only take place for when we decide for be a nation of laws. We'll get structures them, we'll get system them, where self-regulatory, where they regulate itself. Not to where this leader can no more they got do the job for election purposes. No, we get for move away from this election purposes. We really get for now begin for look at waiting go sustain the country because look Mr. Toure, Roland Toure. Look at what Mr. Roland Toure is doing. The way they use so they know they do that. You expect say the government can come inside. Invite Mr. Roland Toure, let the government team up with Mr. Toure, expand what he do. Then they go able, most of people they go able go back because they go to that place outside job today. What will they come up? As also Mr. Shuna will agree with me. We have things like SLPMB, where they up. Young men we are not rushing to Freetown because they don't school. They get jobs at their place and we get another people who call forest industries. Then they make fine chair there, fine bed there, fine full market there, fine center tables there. Those places are providing jobs. They even get show them, then they show them when they are. So I think this problem will go to so my colleagues say and that the lack of planning a structure, a structural arrangement, or what not happen now, they don't cut it. Politics. And you can like when they say Pikiwe say no the land book na Kachago be headmaster. Like we now this better book here, but una all one then at the BB project. It's not going to work. It is not going to work. So we really have to take a deep breath and now actually change the narrative and not understand say Freetown no more, not in a salon no more. Freetown is just one part of salon. It's just one part of it. Every other side of salon. Governments coming. They therefore make up a priority, start for, diversify, things that most say they want to begin, but they no can't go to Freetown, can't go to that other place because we can't go, the people in the family they go. But as long as everything at Freetown no more, it come, everything at Freetown no more, it come, these are the, so for some of this, the problem will get lack of planning, lack of foresight, because vision not there. The only vision within a salon are the political vision, how for win elections, how for get to offices. So the more crowd they come and vote for we come back in power 2023. Oh, we went back but anyway. These are the only languages we be able. Nobody know the talk about any other thing. But we are not begin work on this water. Don't begin go because when we come up pumps and in a place, we get 7 rivers in a salon. We not supposed for the suffer for water. But no any kind of language. The only language you do when they come back 2023 or election get for come, this get for me, so we get for take a deep breath and now we add a column and then begin look at the narratives from another perspective. Back to you guys.
So like how you say, so now we go to this land issue because we talk on the country planning, the development, people that own the land. Long term ago, then we get what you call slavery, we all sabi. We all sabi say where then can they take with people in Africa, then with man, especially the west coast of Africa, also been conducive for them weather them when they over yonder, then can they go to the Carolinas, the Atlanta, the Floridas, and for them go build and cutting plantation and farm them because we get swamp area all over na Sierra Leone and West Africa. Then we see them take with people and for go build because they know say with people they get endurance, they carry them go against their will. We self back, we help sell with people them. We help sell with people them because we get slave them. We sell with people them to the master take them go, they make them. Where with people they don't fet say, other people they don't fet say, they don't see them. God go na the arts, because God go na the arts, and people they don't make them call, they say, they begin make them conscious. Some say no, we get for left them people go back. So they left them people go back, then bring them and put them in a boat, then bring them come, they can left some na Liberia, they can left some na SALONE. We the Creole them, now we them go drop there. Then come, then been get say, they say, okay, Usai, for care we go. Now in the king we been there that 10 day, the chief we been there, not to Pademba, I think Pademba, waiting, they make with the local people, them buy the land, and I go correct me if I waiting and call them, buy the land, for we then Creole, they wouldn't be bringing we ancestor then come. Because waiting do, the upline people then they not be want nothing for do with Freetown land because they not sabi how for do, and the people they wouldn't have the province, how they call it, protectorate. The protectorate that ending. So the protectorate now they want the way they upline. So when they come, they say, okay, with the give them Creole, then they want the whole bring come back, with they can left them here, with they buy the land for them, with they develop the land for them, with they make them for let themselves go there. We don't come back, we don't can did it. We don't did it. This land grabbing don't begin. Now there is a video where they go around where President Bio been just go to office. They create them, we mix. They create them, no mean say na just Muslimo. They create them, it be say we the Marabout Creole, we the Christian Creole. They create them, the one that we come off Robe, Fulaton, Aberdeen, and then the Creole the way they Leicester, Gloucester, Waterloo, all around the peninsula, and they be settled. They create them. They go where they don't go, where they don't done. They say, okay, now yeah, then go there. They don't can they don't build, they don't make, they don't pass on to the generation. Now, then they sell the land them. Then we go mix, then get out, they go meet President Bio. While una yeri with 9 years, waiting, they be say, because they create Descendants Association, they get their own association, their own group, because they see say this tier so don't come up and play, this tier so then they go take land where people then get paper when at the generation they don't pass and down to them, then they take and then they sell them, then they say na government's land, then they sell and give other people them, then they put and then they waiting and call. So I want to listen quick with this, then Mr. Shilon, I will bring you in. May you self rub much for this stuff because you self na Creole. So let you rub much more because I know say we three way then I so we get that connection there. We understand because now we men now we grow up. Even though we own professor, not of Freetown, not of they born, but now they men now they grow up. It's sabi the culture, it's sabi the people. So let watch the video quick. Then I bring you in. May you self waiting and call because when you hear words coming out of people, the mot attorney general, the mot the one that would the lead say. Then they can claim waiting na been then yon. Not to plabadande. When I listen for we self make people.
And give me land and still them effective. So if and we the code that we want sell, we know they sell give me company. Yeah.
Not get the couple.
I know because I get fuller than I'm and this already affects me so na fuller. You don't be full story in the house. I say take your house come on.
Yes, ma'am.
Take and come out. And the court say you for give me 50 million for trespass. Now that's the defense. So then they end every 3 times a week, then they meet, then they put Osusu.
Yes.
Then they put Osusu, then they buy, we land them, then develop them, then they see how they shape. All on our land then are Freetown. All Kent, Hamilton, York, all that side and they don't take off. So if we sit down together, we serve, and then get this program where Maurice said that they can get people from the buy the land them, let go buy them, so we go develop them, they sell them. So we name them continue for the Kissy Road, Kissy Street, all Freetown, all end up by me. And I go last thing I will tell you now when Mama Gaba make I say for tell you now, when this election pass, I will go see the president. Tell me one thing. He said if anything wrong na Freetown, he say I guess I want. Una no get no sign una dey go. He say so una team up all una Freetown because na una get. He said 1982 where I come Freetown, I work out from Congo Cross to Kalongo. He said I could hardly see almost people they pass. He said but now lonely and they call them Moyambacha. Then they call it Abacha of the West. Because they don't take market, road side no day, mortal man o, keke o, okada o, then market o, dogo, you all the jam ways, fence side for pass. Because the side where you for pass the footpath, they don't put market. And when you call them say, and they say you say Sabano. And not of that all, then forthright now, then they talk me, the former Attorney General tell me plain, when they take me case to court, he said they are only claiming what is right with theirs. You can imagine the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, they say that. They are only reclaiming what is rightly there. That's not they get the land. So we will come, you can't take the land. So if they take me go court, and because they get the land. So not a small fair to get forfeit. You get forfeit with money, you get forfeit with sense, you get forfeit with diplomacy, you get forfeit with all things. So I take out the big message to Una when the president give me for unity. Let we unite. Let we say. The way you say apart from every say, let we always say first. We too chamu all tell we they talk about all tell we get things to talk to. All the religion them. All the religion when we know apart from Christianity, Islamic people and the old school, I could conduct prayers on the church, a chapel. Do unto others. And that's not the axis of all religions. Do unto others like you want them to do. So if you don't want them, chamu.
Not chamu.
Not chamu, you come in, not talk bad, but you come in. Because now you know they're in a position for judge. Then we left judgment to Almighty God.
Muted.
Yes, I think she was talking, I think she was talking about the former Attorney General, the one way been there, because this video, I think they do right after when in 2019-20, I think like that thing they go see the president, and then they get like every year that they do a Thanksgiving, the Creole Descendants Association, then they do a Thanksgiving, the Muslim, then they go Freetown Mosque, and then the Christian, then they go Trinity Church, and then they march past and celebrate. Why people do those things is to, preserve culture. We preserve culture by doing certain things because you therefore preserve. Everybody gets in their own little group, waiting at the norm, waiting at the culture, waiting at the team, the way that they do. So that's why they do that, for bring themselves together. But this land grabbing, and it look like say the people the way that they target for their land them, not Creole them, because not Creole them get the land. Mr. Shilon, you not Creole, sir. And I know say una self get land around inside and they na Aberdeen and waiting and call. You self rob much small, but waiting you don't hear so.
Thank you, Ms. Fadima. One thing I'm grateful for, I'm thankful for, now the wonderful opportunity where I get growing up, where make me to some degree an authority to talk on certain issues. Although I mean Freetown, born 25 Campbell Street, My parents then come out Aberdeen. I go Christ Church. I go Cathedral School. Then my parents they move go upline in the heart of upline, Pendembu, Upper Bambara Chiefdom, Kalaun District. I was only about 9 years old. I go RC School Pendembu. Then I end up Nabo for finish my elementary school, Ahmadiyya, and then secondary school Nabo, Adebo 9 to 10 years. I'm always grateful to have had this cross-section education of what the country means. So I get a deep perspective of tribes, tribalism, locality, Dentinende. So when I speak of Creole and Minde and Timini, I don't look at it in any way, shape, or form, not by a stretch from a tribalistic standpoint, because frankly, I don't see any difference between me and a Timini or a Minde or a Fula. In fact, when we go to school, as I speak to you today, any friend where I end up getting when a Creole person, now friendship was developed na America during my college days. In my high school days, I had no Creole friends. All my friends were Timinis, Mindes, Limba, of all tribes, Fullers, all my closest buddies. So I grew up in an environment where that me know. The Fullers, because this is a very, very challenging terrain. Yeah, to some extent, the expression over there about Fullers, now what you could call a grudging respect. I don't think anybody in Australia want to get a grudging respect for the Fullers because they are crafty, they're smart, they know how, they're progressive, and they know how to move together as a group. So I have no problems with Fullers. In fact, there's a lot we can learn from Fullers. And if we do, we pull resources, other tribes, them like our Fulama, and the Fullers played by the rules. Fulama did not get any additional added advantage than any other tribe. They don't get political power, what was saying that then they misuse. Now them brains, and now they don't reach that level where they can pull their resources together for progress. So we for learn, for see how then they manage, where then they beat all the tribes in Australia to the punch. Where maybe they grow up, now Freetown, you not get Fulaman way land book. Fulaman, they're not to be even trader, they not get shop. Now small trade and get. And mostly them load them in the truth for people. We use the word work. So these people have come a long way from what they used to be to what they are today. But they're very strategic. When the two political parties in the run, the Fullers were strategic enough to say, you know what, we're not that Boku. Let we use your brains. Then put money both sides. Vice presidential running mates, na APC, na SAPP, we're Fullers. How can we be upset? The people then they use their head, then they use the money, then they play everything by the rules. The difference between Fuller them and the other tribes, them, particularly the one that will get political power, then they misuse power. You can't go to the Western area, you go take. And I wish I know precisely the Attorney General will say the people in the country reclaim the land.
That is Priscilla Shaw. And again,
which people is he talking about? That are the most ignorant statement you can ever get. And I understand this one. This is why I condemn them PH this guy, because they're so uninformed.
Mr. Shilon, sir,
Yes.
this video, I get some people that we don't tell, we say, this was the KDU homecoming in London in 2018. So now 2018, nine and do this. So it's Priscilla Schwartz. It's the lady that was replaced.
She just didn't know what she just didn't know what she was talking about. When she says this is the trouble, that level of ignorance there, you can't let people of that type they get away with such nonsensical statement. It's nonsensical, it's idiotic, it's foolish talk. First of all, when you say the people, who are the people? If we even start for deal with we own history, before the slave trade, there were no Creoles. The people who came back are the Mindes and Timinis and where the Wetman and Bedok go overseas and make slaves, now then descendants them. So every Creole is part of the people where this woman they talk about. Every Creole was in heritage, you see that Timini, Limba, Loco, Soso. So in reality, there are no such thing. The only reason why people are called Creoles is because they lost the language, then come, then put together a broken language of English where become a means of communication. But there is not a single, because where the white man begin by slave, Creole did not exist. There was nobody who was a Creole. So who are these people is she referring to? She doesn't know our history. If she knows we history, not even make such ignorance utterance. Because this is not the problem. Now the bookman and this SALONE need. You see, because then people had and they misguide the country and they take the country into the wrong in the wrong direction. You know? So my argument is we have to be very careful when we talk about tribes, when we talk about Creole, when we talk about, and then let me just give one example. Since the Attorney General said the people are coming to reclaim their land, from whom? Now, then we argue, let we stretch that argument there to its logical conclusion. Using in your own trend of thought, the Attorney General trend of thought. We all agree, say, Black Americans, the original land, now Africa. Now they then pull them and take them, bring them here, all the way into the Caribbeans. So is it logical for the average Black American or any Black American to go anywhere in Africa, just go take land and say, well, let us come back for reclaim the land? Will that make any sense? You know?
Well, these are the people, these are the people who put in power. And it look like, say, it is the boldness of some people that when they come out now, then they take people the land.
Not a lack of character. These people have education, they have no integrity, they have no character. You know, they don't have character, they don't have integrity. You see, there is a saying in English. With integrity, nothing matters. Without integrity, no, both ways. Without integrity, nothing matters. With it, nothing matters. In other words, if you are a person of integrity, that is your guiding force. You go do things the right way because you get integrity. But when you not get them, nothing else matters. Shame no matter. You know, lack of conscience no matter. You go do things because you not get integrity. So this is what so common, a commonplace with we intellectuals in Australia. So then then sometimes some of we for just be straightforward and call them for what they are.
I mean, we have to call it like this. We get for calling
educated Australians will go talk like that, and you hold the position of Attorney General. And look at the misnomer here. Then they say Minister of Justice. It should be Minister of Injustice. Because you see, because it's a ridiculous statement.
Well, so I guess that's why she was fired. Because
that's not why she was fired. I think she was fired because, you know, but that said, these are some of the things. You know, we need for just try to deal with things. So let me just put things in perspective. I don't want the impression to be left with that the Creoles have something against the Fullers or the Full. No, I think nobody can dispute that. Say the Fullers, then they play it by the rules. Then get a tactical way of operating Australia where we can learn from and progress equally. There are a lot of examples I can give where Fulaman then they practice where other tribes do not practice. But so to me, that's what you use the phrase a grudging respect. I have nothing but a grudging respect for them. You know, I wish we could be like them. Thank you.
Well, there was a time when the past minister Sandy, right after President Bio take office again, that's why the Creoles came together and went to the president because they don't begin taking the land there. It's in a government land. And if they have that mentality, if they have that idea, if they got that thing in their head, because it's not only him, a lot of these people have this in their head. And I've had conversations with people them where they talk, say the Creole them they make like them better. No, the Creoles were not making like them better because they don't go other side, because they don't go learn other kind of way. They get conservative, but them yes, you will say Creoles are conservative people, but the Creole them now then are the people they will be they go take them picking then are upline, bring them come. They not put markets na their head for go sell, then puts them at school. So Creole they're not a bad people there, because I don't get that conversation with some people. They say Creole them they make like them better. No, they were conservatives, and because of the way where they don't deal where they don't brought up na the white man side, and he learn for mind the business, he learn for locking gates there inside and watching a window and call pull you much for people business who say not concern you. Yes, I will say that. But we get a caller before I bring Professor in. But this land grabbing, because I know so we get people them we come for the land them where then self they get problem with the land. So let me take a caller, please. This is not the voice of Salone. Caller, good afternoon. Waiting at your name and who say they call you from.
Hello viewers, good evening. This is Umaru, the call from Switzerland.
Yes, Mr. Omar, thank you for holding. Waiting now you on today. What you want to join for talk about today in this conversation?
First of all, the land grabbing issue na Sierra Leone, not only na Freetown, na a very serious issue. But all the time, we as Sierra Leoneans, we're all guilty of this. Instead of fight the issue, most of the time we resort to tribe. The land issue na Freetown, not only Fula the buy land Freetown. Not only Madingo they buy land in Freetown, not only Limba, not all everybody they grab land in Freetown. In fact, you go get a tribal company. They tell them say, if they full out and they come together for buy all the land, they are not necessary. This now the sum of the thing and this what they talk. That don't boil down to tribalism. That don't reduce, your moral of you justice what they fight. If you want to fight a justice that if people they can grab your land, other than you name a particular tribe. No matter how you watch it, Sierra Leone get 17 tribes, and Freetown belongs to each and every one of these 17 tribes. Whether it be Fula, it be Madingo, it be any tribe, or it be Soso, it be Kuranko, Kono, Freetown belongs to everybody. The history behind the land of Freetown, take it unclear. Because down to the time, down to the right where them purchased land from King Tom, it was just around country 3. But when the Charlotte and other side and develop and people try for brush around, then get a land, it was necessary. But they need for put them documentation into places that when government want or anybody want to grab your land, you get legal document where they tend to say this land na my land. Other than for reduce the problem into ordinary Creole Fula. This whole discussion, I listen to this discussion, I'm not a Fula, but it's already centered around Creole Fula. It should be land grabbers. Now, so we present the issue. Land grabbers.
No.
Now, only Fula they buy land. I can't to the side. We, the normal Sierra Leone man, not sabi for deal with issues. We get Sierra Leoneans not believe in Sierra Leone. You get Sierra Leoneans where instead of they invest into the country, rather they go sit down, they go get small money, they buy 5 motorcar, they buy clothes and they wear, they forget say for buy land. Then they get the ordinary flaman, they go start for polish shoes. He strike he gather a money, he take a buy land. Then you the ordinary man who he forget say you self can do that, you end up for jealous. So the land issue now Salone, not only Freetown, up all side, even upline, people in the way they brush villages, around villages, they brush them, they claim the land just because of they're at the village. But when time they develop, as time they develop, now when I'm Freetown are we sitting, now the owner as time they develop, this issue they rise. So the land grabbing issue, now issue will go for fight generally, no left this fuller, no left for call tribes in the land fight and grabbing issue. Now we focus on the issue. Land grabbing is very bad and they take over Sierra Leone. I think say that they put we fight rather than for call one tribe and they see the program 5-10 minutes and they fuller Creole, not call it Creole land, but they
Mr. Umar, this was the video where we come and play. And this not aside, a lot of the lands that they were having problems with, now Fulaman they don't buy them. Fulaman come together. That's what Mr. Shilon they try for say. When we be they grow up, Fulaman then they call the work. Now they been carpenter, now they be shoemaker, now they be not a carpenter, now they a shoemaker, now then they make watch, then get a small cigarette table, then a work, now then they push omolanke. Till they don't become Mr. Shilon, they talk of that say, then put themselves together, then progressive. Nobody was putting Fullers down. So I want you understand and they fine. But because this video highlights the problem, that's why Mr. Shilon, they try to make that comparison, say, we for even copy from the Fullers, waiting they don't do, how they don't successful, because you go to Freetown right now, you go say you want $1 million, Fuller man, they pull them inside Freetown. They go put together and pull $1 million. And this lady on the video was emphasizing that people them, if we the Creole themselves come together, like how them fuller than come, we self get for put we money together. We self get for all we save. We self get for, I think you misunderstand them, but let we take, I don't know if Mr. Silong get one, few minutes, few seconds. Quick, we don't get called on the line. Just rub much
quick, Miss Fadima. I appreciate you. Yeah, I appreciate you expounding on that and explaining, because exactly, I think with Mr. Umar, for whom I have a lot of respect and love, I think sometimes, now like what would you talk about racism in America? The moment where you talk about black and white, some people not even want for talk about that, it become another, it ring a different thing. But the only time racism is condemned is when you give one race or one group of people undue advantage over another. That's when you hear condemnation. Fullers are not being condemned now. Fullers are being praised. They are being and talked about in the most respectful way, in the sense that they have this extraordinary influence financially by playing by the rules, not by abusing political powers, as we know some other tribes are doing. So I don't think Mr. Umar for be so mindful that then they compare Fuller, because the comparison matters, because you get to get perspective. Where you make a point, you get to be able to show examples. So for those of we who are a little older, we know Fullers as a group, how far they've come. So we have nothing but admiration for them. That's the point, yes, Naya. You see, okay, so I hope people will understand that. Let people not just jump, say a tribe is being unnecessary.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Professor, you don't tell where you don't set you much small. What much small quick the other corner, but just agree 2 minutes quick. Then we'll go to the caller there on the line. Just go up 2 minutes quick first for this conversation.
Well, actually, if you get you pass that, then go ahead and give the caller. We'll get chance. I'll still come back and offer check it for.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much for understanding, because these are the voices of all the people. Therefore, talk their own thing. Waiting are you name caller? Good evening. Waiting are you name and where you come from?
Hello, good evening. This is Crispin because I call from Istanbul.
Yes, sir.
I don't follow the program, and a very interesting and educative topic. In accordance with land issue in SALONE, there are a lot of laws, there are a lot of things in there for ratify, for look over and make some amendments. I don't listen to the big people, them don't talk, and I don't learn a lot, and I differ a bit to some, because what in the happens on a Freetown, there are places in the provinces you not there for good one. You can't do that. Chris good one day. Freetown now everybody, now all SALONians belong to every SALONian. But how you go about just like how Mr. Shilole said, integrity, how you go about that's not the most important thing. Because you know go no say this na anti-Fatima land, then you say you come inside 20 feet or you come inside 1 acre. Well, you know say not to your place. You say self you conscious, so say not to your place. You can't grab them. Then at the end of the day, they say Creole get problem, this get problem, then they get problem. Who are the Creoles? They come Mr. Shilon talk. Creoles now, the first people that will enter the land after they don't go come out. Well, I just summarize. After they don't come out from overseas Europe and come back, say, okay, well, we are the Creoles. We don't reform ourselves. We are conservative. We settle Naya and anything. Now they are the Creoles. And if they don't inhabit Freetown, now they, as far as I'm concerned, they inhabit Freetown because they were the first people to settle down there, like the King Jimmy and the other places. The Regent, Gloucester. Now the first people that will settle there. And when you settle, they will not be getting land. Way for appropriate land, for give person land and anything, and they go to land ministry. So now they inhabit the land and then get the land. Now, if you come out other side, you come, you don't meet somebody, don't inhabit this land. You don't come on the outside, you don't come. You can't grab them. Then automatically, you know, I would say, legal. Legal. So therefore, call things by the name. If people in the come together, they know say now this person get this land. But then they go because they get small influence, they get small political influence, they get small influence in our courts and law courts. Then they team up. And not we know like a mean a person we know are not tribalistic, but who side 2 day for talk. A lot of issues they don't go. People that don't lost their land, they but the same kind of rubbish they happen at Freetown. People that don't did and sit down in England, it's okay, let them hold and let them sit down there. It's not land. But it's not good. It's not good. You got Boston at the same thing. You got Regents at the same thing.
Yeah, thank you
very
so
much.
much, my brother from Turkey. Thank you so much. Caller, let's take another caller. Caller, good evening. What's your name and who side they call we from?
Yeah, Amina Abdullah, they call from Maryland. I get a couple of comments from me regarding the land issue and the deforestation and the flooding way takes place at the country. Let's start with the land issue. Now, we have, not hit the nail on the head, but the fact that we don't get a proper structure by the country are one of the reasons that they make way, there is no control as far as purchasing of land concerned. If Mr. Shilon and Mr. Kotubu Onago attest with me, say the problem of the land tenure system will not be because past governments for the past 50 years don't they kick out with like a political football. They all afraid for enact the land tenure system where everybody go benefit from. This former minister, Mr. Sandy, I don't listen on series of programs the way he promised say he go enact the bill. Say the bill in the law officers department for enact that. But say then they kick them out. We not here. We don't know nothing of that. We not say the government chef they play politics with that because they don't say if you go enact a land tenure system now your own base where you did maybe the people will be feel aggrieved they not go vote for you. Then with the flooding we know say the deforestation they play a major role in the flooding. When we grew up in the 70s, Flower College, Leicester Road, this place were all bushy. That botanical garden. You don't go there past now the Flower College Bridge. You're afraid because when you look on both sides, they are all so bush. Now the same thing with Leicester Road. Both from Brotherhood, you look up the hill, they are all people afraid for past day even after 6 o'clock or in the evening. The same way with the hill station where inside the colonial quarters and days. From that quarter, all regions, they were all bushy. But I will tell you, I say, if we go there now up to outside the US embassy, there is no structure. People just they build on suicide out there one. This young face will turn that this person your veranda, this young face will turn at this other side. So that there is no structure out because one thing when then they fail to realize that there should be a structure. Now the country they went on telling saying so the old pattern for the that this is not that you get for father. But that's really absent na the country. Then with the mayor, I feel say then they use politics again. Then they use them as a political football. Now the vice president, and you know, or certain times tell and say all waiting in at the local government act, where therefore don't devolve them. The past government they don't do that mistake. They Sidan Kabase do the mistake because of 2004 they enacted the local government act. They don't make mistakes. Then and Eskomata don't make the same mistake. Then at the same mistake, Madam Joseph they make. The land planning if we go at the hands of the councils then.
Thank you. Sorry, you get gone out of time. We'll take another caller. Go. We get people that want to talk on this, so they go on the platform. This now on a platform. This now on a voice. On a talk. Waiting caller. Good evening. Good afternoon. Morning. Which is your name? Who's the call from, please?
Yeah, it's good evening from us. These are the mental revolutionary.
Yes, mental revolutionary.
Madam Fadima, I want to thank you very much, and Mr. Shilon, thank you very much. Mr. Shilon, I'll let you start. The way we put them, this have nothing to do with tribe and all them things they have. Now we take responsibility as Sierra Leoneans. First of all, now we start to say all the problems begin. Me, na Freetown are born, and I grew up, and I grew up na the Freetown we Creole and I be the majority the way we born, na Fulato are born. Creole all be at the inside of us. But the problem started when the war came to SALONE, where everybody come up from offline, come back to Freetown. And the failure of the government at that time, where they be giving money for 10 people and back and rehabilitate 10 people in local and towns and villages, and they fail to eat all their money there. These are the problems that will be done in a Freetown when the government self come, instead of deal with that problem, and all them people are outside and future for good. You understand? Some of them people are no longer again because they don't have something doing the work, they don't can't see money, all them things like that. So there is no in 2004, just like we last scholar talked about, we don't get this decentralization act. We take today with the see just look at the diploma, where the mayor for making people clean Freetown, ain't no power for even planning city. Ain't no power for even make money in city. They stop and collect it. Able raise fund for let able develop anything. If you want to catch any project that they go through. It's not a misnomer. We are not going anywhere. Now we blame the people and we're responsible. From that war start, the government will be the way supposed to do all the rehabilitate and return all them people that they fail. That like the Jankaba government, the Anescoma government, we fail for decentralize the system. And this government we don't come with 10 years but it's just too mad. We don't know ever make and the government have to make some things and way like we already are forcing this guy from saying that a way of now you idea that one day of try to decongest Freetown. Of course this government don't kill up that program day. So when they come, don't just stay for the chase people, they know where they people and they're against them. This particular one is not a complete waste of time, this particular 5 years. No, we just face them. Now, what thing we go do as people then for long the tape because the situation of SALONE with climate change is serious. Like any other thing. Now look all over now Europe, now America, now see the fires, then now see the flood, and the things them, the bad weather, the way they happen. what we will do as people and we will be able to support the people yonder. Because the only solution the world is right now, this scientists they tell us about reforestation. So how we go come together as Sierra Leone? Because the government, them, to be honest, they're not going to do nothing. You know? I want me from the social media we don't do now, then I want we begin to get ideas then how we can come together. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Your time is up. Mental revolutionary. Very, very beautiful
Thank
contribution. Now we go to another caller. Caller, good evening. Waiting are your name. After this caller, we will hold up for slab bring lanes have make because mental revolutionary make points. So caller, good evening, sir. Ma'am, waiting are your name, where they call from?
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Ms. Fadima. Good evening, Mr. Shilon, and good evening, Mr. Kutubu.
Good evening.
I am Mohammed Kuruma.
Yes, Mr. Kuma, go, sir. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
They call from DC, but they
Okay.
Maryland are they.
Okay, sir.
Well,
Go ahead. You got 3 minutes.
today I thank God we are fortunate for. I thank God today we are fortunate for joining this line because I don't follow this program for several months now, but I not be able to get a chance for talk.
Well, we tell God thank you for you too, sir. Thank you.
Yes.
So what's in your voice where you want to hear?
I dey follow this. I dey follow the program where they on floor today.
They are reduce the volume when what in the talk behind you, so it echo, Mr. Kuruma.
Yeah. Okay.
Turn down turn down and small. It give you echo.
All right. Now they get
Okay,
me
sir.
now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll
Go
give
ahead.
extra time. We'll give 30
Follow
seconds.
the program where they on the floor today. You know the land business na Freetown. It's like they don't marginalize the Creole people then. Because initially Creole people you know the bill house for make a machine livelihood forget money partner for feeding self. Then the bill house for let people in fact, they mean the bill house and give people for let them do for nothing. Then go only hold small thing in hand, like 500 loans, let they pay down there by month. So that at the end of the day, you no go claim the place in a own. Now apply me born, but I can't have Freetown where a big now. I've been there with some side. You know, the people who have been there with them, and then I want Creole, my main host. The Creole mommy just left the host. I mean, they pay small money, like I think 15,000, one whole flat per year. Now that need them in the pay small amount. Then they say the mommy been the collector and for let the people and not can claim the place tomorrow. Because countryman quick then don't can claim place. They make on their own. You see, most of the problem with the friend now, Freetown now. Now mostly I know they talk on tribe business now, but most of the northern people now they don't come congest Freetown. I don't live up now Leicester Road. You know, if you go Leicester Road, take go Leicester. Now country people and don't grab all that places. And then they send land you now. Instead of the Creole people where they get them place. The people now they go brush, after them brush, then cut land for them. I don't know how that they been they happen. Or you go for go land buy the land now. Not to country policy they go buy. You know, I don't know, but government is like the northern part of the country. Government therefore make them so attractive, so that people are not going to move there, then come now the city for can't congest the city. If you consider places like Kailang, Kono, okay, Kono, people depend on mining, diamond mining, but now diamond don't short in there. But you know they see people and they move they for can't on a Freetown. They all long go back for they do agriculture. And they in fact land not themselves again for let them they make farm. All man don't make garden now, coffee garden, cocoa garden. Now the people are all they do now. They not get enough land again for make farm. Pass now swamp now the people because they're not going to become then satisfied with outside and they. But the northern people, I don't know whether government therefore do something for make that place attractive, for make it go stop them, let them not come and congest the place and just become problem at the place. All them slump areas the way we talk about. If you go there, now so northern and then just go occupy them places. You see, if you go talk and okay, make her stop. I think me time don't
Thank
go.
you. Your time. Thank you so much, but your time don't bet you. Time don't bet you. Call her they wanna hold on small and one bring Kutubu inside this talk here because we don't yagi boku call her then they when they don't talk, they don't give their own sense, they don't make their own sense. We all the try for learn from one another. Say the Creole and then they marginalize the Creole because I know say waiting them in do because when the Creole and they were educated people. So the waitsman be make this say when una day na una own side this na Freetown around the peninsula Orleans and una get them. Then the province Creole no able buy land upline. Creole no they buy land upline. They make them because they be afraid say because the Creole then and them na be more educated people. Let them not go take advantage by the people they upline. So therefore they say we not go buy land upline. Me go able claim land upline because waiting do me on granny I get on to the Mendesai. I can go there because a chief speaking. I can go there say okay, I don't come or I don't can claim my granny outside, then can give me land for that do developments day. But the one that we not get no connection upline at all, they're not go able for buy land there. So is that fear to them when they say that they marginalize because the Creole are just a small percentage of people in SALONE. Kutubu come into this conversation before I take more caller. Caller there on a patient free small bit we go canto now. Go ahead.
Thank you. Many own participation here. I they look at purely in the context of history. History neither they look at. First, World War I not before ever happened. Waiting bring World War I ignorance on the part of the students then. Now, Sarajevo, we go kill the Archduke Ferdinand France, where they go kill him. Nice Park World War I. Nigeria, waiting bring Babala disaster day, July 29, 1966. Till it extend to 1967, tribalism. Then two things here where I don't tell. We need for avoid them. For all intent and purposes, we need for avoid. The tribalism will take place in Nigeria. When the Easterners found that January 15, 1966, when the Easterners go on a rampage against the Northerners, and when July 29, 1966, when the Northerners they almost wipe out the entire Arab column, we see that as civil war, up to 30 months of grueling war in Nigeria, millions of people they go, all because of this. So two things said. Like I said, me talk long, me just want to let this do now. Now that two things said. World War I came about because of ignorance. And when people are ignorant, they will do anything. It may tribalism, why almost wipe out Nigeria. So we within the social media, so we did this, the platform here. Let me try as much as we can for avoid the thing. Waiting we for they talk about national cohesion, before they talk about green, white, and blue, and all of the things in there before they talk about the Timini, the Creole, the Malay, the this and that. No, now a total misnomer. All in the region they found the embers of discord, social discord, and in the widening Then we see ourselves as green, white, and blue. Now, me on contribution on that. Thank you very much for that, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Professor. Mr. Schiller, just something quick for Obmot before we go to the.
Well, just very briefly, along the line of what you just say, what Professor Kutubu say, That's the main issue. And I make a start off, if you recall, I talk about, for we were there abroad, we go with a certain mentality of not going home for make Sierra Leone. We go with this mentality of mina kono, mina limbia, mina minde, mina Creole, and which is very dangerous along the line with Professor Kutubo de Tokso. Even as we speak, and most of when I go confirm that, it is difficult to get a group of Sierra Leoneans under the umbrella of just Sierra Leoneans. People are not proud of it. People are they just want to be a member of this tribal group or that tribal group, and it is dangerous. So, and in fact, it also speaks to the character of the people that where the tribe for lead with, because their interests not to the country, their interests are for misuse the emotions of people on tribalistic basis to gain power for their own selfish end. So, for me, an extension of watching Professor Kutubu de talk, so we have to be careful, and part of our job too, now for enlightening the ordinary people. Unfortunately, most of the ordinary people in what we fed for, they are not listening to program like this. Now, the one day where they go take power, and then they listen to them program here. The one that like we kind, where they abroad. Now, when they go home, we take undue advantage of the people, the ignorance. Again, Professor Kutubu talk about ignorance. We take advantage of the people in ignorance because they are not astute to what's going on. We just run this emotional repertoire about, oh, we did this, we the local, we the Madingo. Then they take power away, and then people say, oh, yeah, we the Muslim, we the this and that. So we have to be very mindful. I agree. Tribalism and ignorance are two main factors that are a recipe for internal strife or civil war. We have to be very careful, and we job now for educate the masses.
Okay, thank you, sir. Let me go back to the caller then. But before we go back to the caller, then let me go much small about the other topic before we go to the caller then. We see the Olympics, we see SALONE going at the Olympics, we see they get 4 competitors in different races, one swimming, one 400 meters, 100 meters, and then you get the other 2 them. But then we have this thing that came out, we make rounds on social media, the mistakes, the incompetence of the people them where they lead with, paying attention to detail, because when you don't pay attention to detail, people can die, things can go wrong. We get for pay attention to detail, what will they do, what will they do. And we see this Peking, so Maggie Barry is a 400 meter athlete. They run 400 meters. He train all the time for 400 meters. And the mistake of we committee, Olympic committee in a Freetown SALONE, we go put some, we register them for 100 meters. 100 meters, you get forget the speed, you get forget the training, you get forget the speed and the fastness for 200 meters. But this girl is good at 400 meters. It then American it decide for represent Sierra Leone, and she had a good chance. We never know. The 100 meters way just take 3 weeks, according to he say just take 3 weeks, because they don't make the mistake, and not be one come out and make any noise, and not be one come out and make any kind of thing. But because on social media, people then begin talk and talk and talk, that's why she came out and said that in not be one for talk about this, but it make them known to the people them many conversations the way they get say now 400 meter na speciality, not 100 meter or now 400, but for some reason somebody decided or was not paying attention to detail or was not competent enough for fill the form on the computer, it registered them as 100 meter. So she lost the chance of a lifetime. You would never know. Even with the 100 meters, the first heat, when they do, it can second place. The second heat, it can 7th out of 8. So it come out of the competition. But we miss an opportunity. She might have come home with a medal because in expertise now 400 meters and he get a good record in America. And we see we other brother, Mr. Bokari, Solomon Bokari himself be make another comment, a video we been come out, we talk on, regret we represent SALONE, it represent Netherlands, who say they say because where they not accept, they not recognize what in again, they not appreciate. We Sierra Leoneans don't appreciate our own. So in not because it don't go through a lot of the obstacles in Sierra Leone, even talk on the Olympics, like it don't go or the whatever, then they give the player them 1,000, then you get 20 officials where they go for 4 people. The money almost $500,000 because the finance ministry give 300,000, the Olympic committee I think give 400,000, plus they get money from other association them where maybe sum up to $500,000. And then people are getting paid, but yet people are not taking their jobs seriously. Somebody has to answer, how did this happen? Because there's no accountability. There is nothing. Oh, na so day, na so go be, nothing they happen. That is a problem with we the people, but we go play Bokari in interview we do, I think with Lamranaba or somebody, just a few seconds, little bit of it. But let we go to the caller them, then I go bring on a back because we blunder, and all the time this is not one place. Things that when them forgo, people are not paying attention to detail. President Biobin begin where it began in presidency. He did an unannounced visit. He did an unannounced visit to the ministry them na UU building. I was cheering him on because I want people them for do them work right, for they outside they supposed for they and put productivity, for put work in, for let push salon work go before. Because we all, like mental revolutionaries say, we all now we responsibility as Sierra Leoneans, not only government. We the people step up pavilion, but people are there just getting free money. The laziness, the nonchalant attitude, the stuff, they're not taking anything serious, no urgency of nothing, and it costs a young girl in thing. We be for sure Olympic videos, but they go block winner when they call because they get copyrights to them video. Then so that's why we're not able to show some video. We just they talk on it, but we saw them. When they do them waiting and call, and this not the tweet where he put out there where he talk. This not him and the thing there where they talk on the thing. He say in the talk at once and for all that they messed up. They not put them for 400, they put them for 100 meters. So he said, he go, like she said, he said, the faith remains strong, and I will represent my beloved Sierra Leone victoriously. This is the attitude, and not give up. He say, you know what, I'm still gonna do it. I know practice for 100 meters. I know they run 100 meters, but stay tuned. I'm going to leave it all I have. And she did leave it all she has, but, unfortunately, go further. But because of them Tiawo, they talk about, So let me go to the caller them. Then when we take 2 or 3 more callers, then we go to the video, and then we go continue the conversation. So caller, good evening. Waiting at your name and also you call with from, please.
Hello, viewers. This is Umaru. We get the call from Switzerland.
Yes, Mr. Omar, go ahead, sir.
Okay. First of all, Mr. Kutubu Nemek, you really deserve the title you get. You see, you use only 2 points to analyze all we problem in Sierra Leone for now. We very small country, then we trade on a very sensitive line when that is tribalism. Okay. Now, when we don't see the fight, we fight most of them problems there will get now with country that we call Creoles are being marginalized. No joke about it, yes. But the truth again is that Creole then only 2% the make of the country. Now, when you they call them, when they do all this, you they call them NEMPAM program, what in the game? Now, public sympathy rather than justice. Okay, now what we they do in other country? Now we left for the call, they call this Creole or they call, now we fight the issue. Now we address the issue as they come. And believe me, if we don't change, maybe we don't change this method of communication towards this land grabbing of Freetown, so this land problem for them solve. But when you see all the time we can, the Creoles are very polite, the Creoles are very nice, they are very small. The only they gain public sympathy rather than justice. Yeah. When you watch at Freetown, really, for now, Freetown land not the again. You know, so what in the government for don't do now for try to decentralize the population, try to decentralize most of the government offices. Then we get very good land close to Freetown. We get good land at Makeni. We get good land at Kenema. We get good land at Bo. Okay, then if government we don't do something, try to move the attention of Freetown into one of these places. Believe me, this problem will they get now, when they get them. You know, but all this the government don't ignore, the all see don't, and they want the impossible for like Apple. For instance, Freetown very small. Then you know expect say you take 1 drum water, you put it inside 1 bucket where you know they able to take 1 drum water, expect say not for throwing a ground. It's not possible. You know, Freetown on jump pack. Let government try for couch solution. Let them move Freetown. The city, let Freetown, but let them move the political sitting out of Freetown. Let them go to Kenema or Bo or maybe Makeni. Believe me, that the energy people they get for grab land at Freetown, then go use that energy there for buy. Because when you buy land upline, it's cheaper than when you grab land at Freetown. You know, but all this now the problem is now we find solution to this rather than with the seek public sympathy. What the Creoles are doing now, they seek public sympathy rather than justice. And people wait for them can genuinely out for help, wait for them can out genuinely for help, they watch attacks, a public sympathy, and still this injustice they go on this small minor group now SALONE. Now we change with method of communication. You know, so now that it not that are they against the old thing. I make where they call tribe name.
Mr. Umar, in life, if we want to go before, we get for hold the bull by the horn. That's my belief, and that's what most people would say. If we keep covering, we cover the truth. We get for open reconciliation, peace and reconciliation. You get for I get for tell you say you they mass me foot. You get for recognize say you they mass me foot. You tell me say sorry for let we move on. If we keep putting band-aid inside band-aid, create a small percentage of people, and this is their land. Some don't even give up. They're not even able to fight because then they look and say, you know what? I can't even go through that. Let them take them. Some don't even, but some they team up, and the president of Sierra Leone tell them say, "Una not get no other side. Me, I get side for go if something happen in Freetown. Una not get no other side. Na Freetown no more. Una day. So una get for team up for waiting na una young, and they have the right as citizens of Sierra Leone for stand up. Yes, we want unity and cohesion. Yes, we want to award. But no matter how minute and small, if we don't fix the problems, that's why we carry on with war. If we don't fix the problems, if we don't include everybody, if we don't, we left or put people out or make and say this and that, we will continue to struggle and we're not able to go before. Because why? Until we come together as one, until we realize and embrace diversity, until we respect everybody in differences, until then, we got a long way for go, my brother. So that's why they are differ with you a little bit. Yes, it is good for let we come together, but unfortunately, then we don't divide we to tribe and waiting and call, and everybody belongs to a group. In the hierarchy of needs, you want to belong. Everybody gets a group. That's why some picking the way they not treat, they get them gang, they get the attire base, they get them this, because they get somewhere where they belong, where they feel everybody has a group. But it just unfortunately then divide we by tribe. So everybody they try for preserving your little bit in your small way it gets. And then the bigger group can try for overtake the smaller group or the one where they in power. And that is what is wrong. Not so because you they in power, you for step over the minor person, the minor citizen. That is their country too. That is their right too. You cannot go grab what him belong to go fend you yon. Shiny eye, no open your eye for people, but until we get that problem there. This is why when we come to these countries, everywhere there are bad people. But we see the amount and the amount of things that when we people and the day where then they not jail, then they not crime, then they do things that when they not get business for do. Because we get that thing what they call loss. Lust. Religion talk of that. God forbid we for that. Big eye, shiny eye, mile. You small corner where you there, you can make a long time. Then people they will be in their upline, then they make their small thing, then content and satisfy. But then the leader they where they put, they know they go develop the inside them. The one they where they dance for, where they Canada village, then dance for them. They know they go develop them village. Nigerians then pass away. You know what in Nigerians then they do? Then they go to their father's village, then build them village them. Then they build them, develop them village. Where holiday come, everybody don't come on at the city, everybody they not them village. But we don't want our village, everybody want kind of the city. And when they kind of the city, because they create in a small number, it is not about gaining sympathy. It is about giving people what is rightfully theirs. That's what we're talking about here. Everybody is important. Sierra Leone belongs to everybody. But unfortunately, they not still change that law. Say Creole man can get money. He want go upline for go develop upline. He can't do it because waiting do they say enough for own land upline. Now the law where they don't put nobody. We don't rule this all these years. No go back say no. This not right. Let we go to the next caller. Caller, good evening. Waiting your name, sir or ma'am, and who side they call with her?
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Yeah. Being a keen listener of your program, Sierra Leone.
Yes, sir. Go ahead,
Sierra
sir.
Leone. Yeah. The first thing I ask, the number they show.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
You see,
Another show.
being a
You
keen
want to be
listener of
anonymous,
your
you are
program.
anonymous. If you want to call your name, you call your name. If you just be concerned, Sierra Leonean, you can be concerned. Your number is not showing, sir. We
Okay.
self not even see the number. It's on another side and it control the phone
okay.
lines.
Okay. Being a keen listener of the program. And
yes.
I really admire the way how they handle things, especially the justice. But one of the things we want to talk about this area of tribalism. You see, Professor Kutubu gets problem with him, honestly. Now a landed man with a land form with the young one them. But one thing where they observe the Kutubu, when he do this program, it talk like a Sierra Leonean. But in personal audios, where you talk about tribalism, one of the people that we make people and they holler for this tribalism today. Now I pray to God 2023, let some of them let them come can register and vote. Because not so for the Sido Obayanda no more, they talk, they give, wait and call, come and vote. You self can exercise you guys, pay that you have tickets day and come show say yes, you know a real patriot. Now, let me take example. When Kutubu begin air out audio, you know how the team in there when the regime they change, it's all on the past government. But it comes to a time Kutubu na one of the people that we begin talk, some of them fearful in them in relation to this tribalism. And I don't try for call them personally for tell and say, my friend, my papa, what you do so it's very good. You especially when you can go to the African history. Some of who they learn from you. But when you begin to talk about the Ekute, the Makeni, you are pointing at a particular tribe. You feel certain set of people and they then go be happy. When you talk about corruption, that's, oh, this person is corrupt, that person is corrupt. But what about the corruption where they happen presently? Like one of the audios where they hail the anti-corruption man. The following week, waiting come out. The office of the president, the office of the chief minister, where then they use fear, use this, use that. It just play lip service to them. You know, dive into them. It just play lip service to the thing. But if na other side, Yeri Kutubu, now they sabi go and take all kind different history and bring them to the present day. When you operate in them kind of programs there, lady, you get the same frequency. That's in there. We don't pull you say yes, indeed. You are one of the people that will for continue for admire. Look at the justice. The justice for anything we come, it shows.
Oh, okay. Okay, you turned on done, but I want to address the caller. I know say Kutubu will talk for himself, but I want to talk something where people they not understand. Yes, Kutubu we been begin force a day with because he been frustrated with the level of where they can't tell we say the corruption the way where they handle the past administration handle. He was going after them heads on. But let me tell you, Kutubu say, I don't have no permanent friend. I don't have no permanent enemy. If you listen, then there's the way it go for Ben Kelfala. I guess maybe you don't get that video there. You know, sometimes we can be biased in our the way we look at things. We all get a little bit of bias in us. But then he comes at President Bio hard. He comes at Fatima Bio hard. He comes at Chief Minister hard. He comes at Ben Kelfala right now hard. Because of the way he said, I don't give up. We don't give up, Pauna. We thought you were going to do the work of the people. He make a video 2 days ago, I think, audio. I go fan them, I go make them play. And please call her once. Maybe you go able to stay longer. You know, at the end, I go make them play that particular audio day where they made them call. It don't go at the all. You know, he say, I don't have no sacred cow. I don't get no permanent friend. I will praise you today. I condemn you tomorrow. So I just want to make you know, say, Kutubu, yes, maybe sometimes the video them where you don't hear you kind of hold on to that. But I want to tell you back, say, they put out video them where it go at this government, it go of the thievery, where the accusation of Africanos press, it don't talk on them, it don't talk on the waste, it don't talk on the foolishness, waiting then they do, waiting they know they do out, then they do who that President Bio for talk, President Bio is incompetent, President Bio is a one-time president, all done they Kutubu don't talk So I just not a talk because I'm a colleague and my big brother, but I talk the truth and I know what I the talk about. So Professor, I don't know if you want for respond and to the caller and let me waiting and call them.
I just therefore thank you very much for laying the case. So long go forward.
Okay, let me go forward. We are going forward, but I mean caller. Good evening. Thank you so much, Una patience and for hold on to the line.
Okay.
This is not Voice of Sierra Leone, where everybody in voice matter, where everybody get the platform. As long as you talk respectfully, Una just hear because Una go feel say we go hang up, Una some side and go hang up because they know why hear but we don't listen to the caller and I don't try for address them. Say make it go back and listen to audio them where Kutubu don't make against this government. Waiting are your name, Sam, ma'am. Good evening. And where
okay.
you call from?
Good evening, Fatima. I thank you. Being a concerned citizen, I call from Germany.
Yes. Okay, concern, go ahead, sir.
The chief also our thoughts first about the land issue. You know, this land issue, na SALONE, I dey tell now, we government the way they can cry to be no like that country. Me, I dey think and say the politician and get bad for the cities in that country. I dey tell now for the free. Where they want the cities for them vote for them, then they can hear them. They make like a push by you the way long as they don't vote for them so they don't turn enemy. They be the people them, no contact. You understand? Then about the land issue there, most of them politicians the way they see so the hands and they per them land issue there. So my what you don't get, if they see somebody they go grab. Even when they talk to you so. I guess some of my friends they will get their problem in the maybe to say politician and they will involve now the land issue in the what they right now. Even them we judiciary them now one of the mess that are country. Me I dey pray to me own prayer what they pray. You know what they pray. If God they answer me prayer. That law court day and that parliament they let God just put the audience and they let God just be and can they all die. Because they all don't so that country. The country they're going to mess now then contribute. The judiciary and the parliament. You understand? All this land issue na them. Because if really them stand for the country, like where APC we don't make that airport, so they say for that. They for say no, let them continue that airport. Let them go the city, let go out. But everybody just go. And now they go take somebody on place and send on other somebody on place. You know, and the politician and the inside them. You know, that one is totally a mess. You know, so me I just I don't want to hear themselves, honestly speaking. Not only they exist, the other issue again, we at the type of and talk about where this sport, this lady is so rather unfortunate. We don't get that issue day. Like we already talked about, we don't get that issue day. As I say, they will the minister the way they can. All those they talk now for themselves. They not care for the people for that country. Not so they make so it is just take example, look APC. If the APC, all them the flag bearer that they make so if they get law for that country, they don't fight themselves, then they can't unite themselves, they fight for the common people, and then people see say yes, then they fight for them. But nothing absolutely. Now the same thing like this lady will happen, this bad lady. That issue they you don't submit to them long since in the application. But the recklessness of the committee were responsible for them. Do not make any effort. Now then in minute because they go one slaughter them people and for them go inside. You understand? So now that space they will be them. You understand? Which is totally unfair to the lady. You know, it's so shameful and disgrace. I tell her thank you. You know, let give the other
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, concern. Thank you from Germany. Thank you very much. God bless you, my brother. Let me go to the other caller then because this is not the caller then show, so we'll get for giving a chance for talk. So una thank you for all that they participate. Caller, good evening. What's in our name? What's in your name? And also you call from please.
Yes. 105 Washington DC.
Yes, 105, sir. Washington DC. Go ahead, sir. What do you get for one more conversation, sir?
Are you on the same topic of land grabbing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All team normal now. Just talk anything within your mind right now. Yes, sir. We're there on that still.
All right. From the time we say we get independent to now, not to now for the talk about land, before the talk about massive development infrastructure program. You see, all the institutions we connected to the land, they also make a big blunder from independent or from after independent. Good old days, Mr. Shillon go, no, we been get Department of Surveyor Lands. Now them be responsible for that. Good old days, we been get auctioneer, then we not license auctioneer. Now all go to Ratad is just they take land and sell. They not they go through the procedure. So now that make all we they get them process here. Number two, we not get a zoning code. Housing, residential or commercial space, no day. No planning. We not get no zoning planning. So we go always to get them problem here because the institution they're very weak. You know, they take somebody make an head of housing and country planning. We don't know or neither get the ability of architectural design or zoning planning. You know that you take somebody you put and they because they're out of charge of the planning of the city or the country alone. If you want to buy land or a house, you get to go through the necessary process, and the person where they sell the host to you, the licensed real estate person, you know about land, you know about property. You see, these are all the problem with lack of all these things. Not because the man they can't tell you say get PhD in America or London, you figure say no. It doesn't know anything. Nothing pertaining to the judge of the game. You put person there based on the experience. Even if not field experience, at least here we require that with all your PhD, your degree, the government of the United States, at least you forget 3 to 5 year experience on that field you call for. So you not only go put and say because now you granny anti-Pekin. This is some of the problem we are facing today.
So true,
and
sir.
As people not go like me what I say. But the way I see things it will take a long time after 6 years and then independent, we still but talk about land. Now we're supposed to talk about infrastructure development. You know the give land, you develop the land. That's what the Department of Housing and Country. We get what we call the government zoning plan. Government land and private land. Government land, you develop them. That's why you see a lot of housing complex, housing scheme, they are all around the country. Because they take one piece of land you give you, because it will cause problem. Develop the land, housing, apartment complex, and some places like condominium where you can buy them. So that land issue, as people not like me think to say, we worse now than we will be there under colonial rule. So we say we better go back to the Whitman things will better than what it is now.
That's the voice of 10 Concern 105 Washington DC, and he talk on land because that's what he did for over 30 years in America. He don't retire. I know say when they work for the Washington DC, the district. Even they inside the Ministry of Works and they work as land people there where they go out and do all that kind of thing and they engineer. So that's what they say. That's what we're lacking. We're lacking those kind of things. They get Usain commercial land. They get Usain and Yahweh they buy land because they used to have it. They used to have register outside. They go register the land before you buy the land. They get for make sure say over here you have titles. Before you what I call the title company, get for clear the title before you sell your land. If I get me host now, I want for sell them. The title company get for clear. Say I not get nothing. The title is clean before I transfer it to somebody else who want buy the land. You cannot just buy anything and sell anything. That is the problem. Now Freetown we give people they just do anything where they feel for do. Let we go. Let's take 2 more callers. They bring me me co-host them and this land because this is a problem where they go on now Freetown especially. Yes, they get an upline, but Freetown especially because everybody, one of we call our rental revolution say revolutionaries say when the war after the war people came they flocked. Then come flock na Freetown, and then the thing for go rehabilitate them, for go develop, for take them back, for carry them go back. They're not able to do them. Then take all the money, then put under the government after government, then put on the shame to themselves. They left the people them, and now we have an overcrowded city. People are being killed. We watch a young man in front of a video camera being killed. Because in Papa in land, somebody else want go take an iron. Soldier man then go there, policeman then go there. Because now the other person get power, then go shoot, then kill people picking in blood spill now in Papa in land. Able, how will they go before? It is us the people. Now we And we get for make up we mind. Until we make up our mind, until we come together. We lost the caller. So Mr. Shillon, you don't hear it. People they don't talk. Because we get for go to quick to we don't travel to England on education. We get for rob much small day quick before we go. And then next week
Yes.
where we come, yes, next week where we come, we can talk on this voting right of citizens in the diaspora. Next week, I want to do we get guests them for come with we get Shamsuddin, Alaji Shamsuddin in New Jersey. He was one time he worked for the United Nations and stuff, and we all na the diaspora. Somebody make a comment say one of the callers from Maryland say why make let 2023 let Kutubu go not for just talk for go vote, but we can then America we vote. Because for pay Freetown, go na Freetown, you get for go register first. Then you come back. Then you get for go back again with the election ten boku money dandy. So they advocate, they stand with the one them within a parliament, Dr. Yumkela where the head, and the other one them where the team up say President Madabio been promised we say all the party them been promised we say diaspora that to sim business diaspora we for able vote na yaso. Why we there we can for able go na we embassy Ghana they do Nigeria they do other country they do America self they do all the other country boku other country they do we self for able get voice. Now we politics. We self it is our constitutional right as Sierra Leonean for be able for participate in with democracy. So we get for team up as one, as Sierra Leonean, regardless your party where you belong. This is not about party. This is about your right as a Sierra Leonean, your right as a citizen of Sierra Leone, your right for participate freely in your democracy. And one of the rights them now for vote, the right to vote. And for able for vote, it is 2021. And for able gonna be embassy where representation then the day from every party for watch the box because of the crook we get for team up padandi and we get for put we voice behind that. When I go begin yeri audio them what with they put na social media urging every Sierra Leonean for stand with Dr. Kande Yumkela, Honorable Kande Yumkela, and the other one them where they try for pass this bill. We talk or we call President Bio attention, say, President Bio, you been say you go make this a law, we go able for vote, you go work on this to see. We want for participate now we election. So we go count it down the next week. We go count with them, we go, everybody go put in voice. This not diaspora, then they pull you commodity, but they want you money. We they send money, we they put money in our economy, we they pour money every day in our economy. So we get a right for say Uda for run we country, we go able run a right. We get for right for get choice of candidates where we go able put we voice there. This time around, we not go sit down say let them try the how for do. Now so no more nothing on the change. No, we can bring the change which we vote. One vote can change the room. So when we go to the caller, we go to the other caller them. Okay, we not get the caller them. What will they do? Will they talk on the President Bio in travel? We see President Bio travel on behalf of education. We don't hear boku noise na social media. We hear people they're not happy. Some people say, well, President Bio get for go. President Bio, some people say, oh, na mami blessing. They talk to this, they talk to that, they talk to that. President Bio them they don't ask and the question. Wetin do you they travel boku you they go. Now I say if you not go, I ain't go talk to people and so now in way down there he say he get for be present for talk to people and face to face for make connection. But some people then say the money boku nothing whether they do na Zoom, but then we see other video them where they do like a press conference, where they do other thing them, where they interview them, where they sit on there, where they talk one-on-one in person. So I want pass on to Professor Kutubu first. Will President go back again?
Okay. Thank you with you. Thank you with your permission.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead,
Yeah, with your
sir.
permission, what
Because
you
I
want
said the
to
president don't go again on behalf of education for in free education. He say in don't go for go try for make connection for let we get go before. Go ahead, sir.
thank you. With your permission, what you want to I go on left that education give we attorney you address. Now one thing number one address please. You know, this dishonesty what you talk about. These things the way people they can actually kind of public media. You know, they resort to this kind of materials, you know, for create, you know, atmosphere. For example, I read one thing where one Mr. said Kamal, right? Kutubuku might be called on Mendes for key people. And the man was even so brazen for talk say Indian and audio like that. For the big mina, I be for bring that audio for the color. But you know, say that you know what they happen. Una we no me Mr. Shino and Fadima. Una no say me na people's person. I come up upland, but I deal with other people. I deal with other people. Now the name no more. If anybody talks, it's hard for the people they don't say me not to. I don't want to fool them. That they show say one tribalism no the inside me out the column. But for let a guy like he come like yeah, he make that statement. This na the problem. This don't have box you. They can material when people in the on duty make kutumu call on mandate people then for let them go, you know, keep people in anything. Now the saddest thing is however, let go sorry for that guy there. Let go turn back sorry for him. Let go get a change of heart. Let God make them begin to cast from the context of green, white, and blue. Messages like this, John Ekabi talked earlier about next year, I can see Waguna Nigeria. And 1st January 15, 1966, and July 29, 1966, take the end of 30 months of work for them kind of an insidious statement in there. But again, let us sorry for them. And also, you know, again, John Ekabi out of ignorance. And when person ignorant, it can do anything. They think the best way to do, now they pray for that kind of people and they let God give them a sense of direction. So I will give up my own role for talk about the education and pass it back to Nasa. Thank you very much. Sound.
The president go, he care people then go, we see him, he care boku people then go, then say then they go for the education summit. Like I say again, the president we don't say, he say in for the go, if he not go, I ain't go get people there, I go talk to people there, they go try for make we name. So it don't go again for education summit and we see the Jama and the crowd where he care go behind them. We see the Jama and the crowd and some people they're not happy. Some Sierra Leonean they're not happy at all. Then some Sierra Leonean them then they defend them say he gets for go, he get the right for go. But before that they say I want put a GoFundMe page where they up because we government them. This is a friend of mine, them family in Peking then a Freetown. He's sick. He's sick. Then they try to get the money for him. Then they try to get money for this na in condition now. This na 1 year ago. He take that picture where they wear the blue coat. He just graduate FBC. Daniel Conte just graduate FBC. Now class of 2020, but because of the corona, then just graduate April. He very sick. He get leukemia. They don't diagnose him. He go na then lab. He mama waka all sign of Freetown. Daniel are just one of many Sierra Leoneans them where they go through sick them, where we government them not able put center them, outside they go able for go get treatment, they go able for test. This young man here, so he go to doctor, then they get a doctor who for go do biopsy for say exactly outside the cancer they affect, but not blood cancer and all because they get different kind. The doctor turn and down say he too sick. Right now, that body where he wear for that gown, he really worse past what you see so now the picture now. He is very sick. He is very weak. In family, then they beg una then sorry at people them. So do ya, if na $5 sacrifice your hamburger today, I go bake VOS, they go put on the main VOS page. I don't share them all this weekend. Now then social media page where we they see them thing then they sometimes and they yes we can tire, we can get overwhelmed. But dear wanna help this young man because he has so much, he don't graduate with accounting degree, but right now they seek even to the graduation they say it took all the energy it gets in the world for even able go attending graduation. This is how determined this young man is. But the cancer, we not get place them. We not get medical facility them. We not get good school. We not get good road. We not get the water problem. We not get team them. But now we the fet and clap for them politician them. We see. Because them be bringing two small pikin, then the one way born, then the one way in the men way, I don't know that young pikin, that they if not grand pikin or whatever, where they play with little princess, we find small princess where he gets and go there all, they get access to everything. But we young people them now we they vote for them. Now we they put them in. But then when we sick, we not get hospital. I check the MRI machine. If you get an MRI CAT scan, say CAT scan machine. I ask Siri almost for CAT scan machine. Siri tell me say about $3 million for a CAT scan machine. If you get the refabricated one, then the one we don't put where they fix, sometimes you go pay 1 million. We government they're not able for putting them where for able diagnose. We government they're not able for put medical center. Also we go get treatment. We government they're not able. This president here tell we say the money the way they don't make from anti-corruption, when they spend baby money for go do anti-corruption, 30 then at 3 million, they don't get that. Then they say they get a host, they get a this. All done, they was it even worth it? Were they even serious about the anti-corruption? 3 million for machine, 4 million for machine. Center them if una knock on a chest, una need them then on a pocket. We go able get 2-3 side them where we sick people them go able go now God get life, but they go get chance. Yeah, then they tell you say we did everything we could. But we sorry. That's what they can't tell you. We did everything we could. Because machine day the way you go na emergency, where something happen, machine then they for check. Now God get life, but sometimes then the negligence of people can make people and die. So this young man, they ask una for if una get it touch una heart do ya VOS, una put on a VOS website, do ya make people then go donate or una call me. I will send the link to una help, una give for the love of God. Now just help. It is not mandatory. If it touch you heart forgive, you give. But let we know say we people then they die every day unnecessarily. But things them where preventive medicine self will not get, where people will not get money for go check themselves to doctor. Pass where don't be too late. Where don't be too late. But yet we kill for them. We fight for them. We curse we save mommy them for them. We turn over we save for them. We make all kinds of things. We keep we save malice. We break down for them. But yet when they're ready, then they overseas. They fly. President Bill go on a private jet. They say, according to social media, then go. They don't go. They don't spend we country money. But we the people for go bring better can our country. But we the people not get side for go. We did no more by God power. Sometimes they God not bring no the help with it. It turning face the other way because we self no want better for we self. It's about time when we get some side we hospital in a death chamber. People are dying because they don't get even basic oxygen. People are dying because nurses don't even know how to do CPR, professionalism. They don't get her. We see back the same attitude they don't bring in Canadian country. We see whether they talk of a man where get a school where people they know one pass and they pay $15,000, $20,000 for be a nurse. Nurses kill people, people alive. Because they want, because they no one walk, they no one go the hard way. We see when they say over 70 something people them not go through the training, but yet they get nursing degree. The laziness, we don't want work, but we want eat. The easy way out, the shortcut. Every day with a cut corner for do things. And then when people talk, they say, oh, how for do you be the try for feeding family? No, you're not been a try for feed your family. When people have to die because they are professional, I can understand small where people they not can get paper or waiting and call. I can understand small, you go be a counter, you go be this, you go be that. But wrong is wrong. But this is the lives of people. People are depending on you. You not sabi for do calculation, medication calculation. You go put 1 decimal point off, you kill people. That is why some of them have attitudes. They don't even have bedside manners when they go to these nurses because they don't know what to do. People are buying degrees and certificates. The same lazy mentality where we come out with na Freetown, we bring and come back na ya, usa we for develop we self. People are dying because we don't get the basic necessities of life. We cannot afford the basic stuff. The basic stuff of life, we cannot afford it. People in the talk of cookery now say, 1 plate cookery, if you able buy them, now 2-3 mondo, now you go eat all day. The middle class disappeared because we have politicians. And these are the people who vote for. That's why they say we safe now get for team up and get participate by this thing. We're for able for vote. We're for able pull some people there out when they do the work of the people. We're for able for votes. Not because you can't diaspora, you get for say you don't give up per SALONE. We all be don't give up per SALONE, but it's never too late. We can start again. We can do this, Sierra Leoneans. Our politicians are not doing things that are right for us. But the benefit we go to school, we see picking them, they sit on a ground. Blackboard, na so the blackboard don't change color. The people then as soon as they catch na bench, you don't walk out almost smile, angry. You go learn, how picking go learn, angry boku. How you go learn? You get brain fog because you not even pay attention. But yet we kill for them, but yet we cost for them, but yet we pull close for them, but yet they are our brothers, they are our sisters, our parents, and we going about voting for people that are not making the change, that are not giving us the people the thing. We for able to get medical hospital. Let them say now they don't do all what they able to do. The person die, but let them not go. It be a death chamber where there's nothing in there, nothing. The oath of doctors is to save lives, but if they not get the thing then for save lives, how will they save lives? How? How will they save lives when there's nothing to work with? You get good doctors, but then you get the negligent, the lazy ones, the nonchalant one. Then the nurses, you go there. There's no urgency where you go to the hospital. Then they make like na beg you, they go beg there like na favor, then they do you. And they chose the profession as a nurse for care. Florence Nightingale put an essay for care for your patients. The doctor took an oath to do no harm, cause no harm, for save lives. But yet when you go there, they act no professionalism. People are dying. People, and they lose them. People, young boys and girls are dying because we don't get good hospital in Freetown. We can come together, Sierra Leoneans. We can do it. We can come together. We can make hospital. We can come together. 2-3 people that we get money. We can come together. We build a center. We can do them. We can't only wait for government. We people and they die. We can do them. We buy shares into it. Hospitals make money. We go make money, we go make it affordable for the people, but yet we go pull with money there inside it. We can do it. We can work together. If only we can work together and trust one another and believe in one another, we can do it. But we don't believe in one another. We want the shortcut. We want quick, gently. You can't have an office. You don't build 2-3 years quick one. Where you been there, how you been there. You not be able to put the one safe now one flat you get. Next thing you know, you don't get 2-3-4 story. You don't get 2-3-4s. You they drive 5 motor car. You not care about the work of the people. The side where they make you. You know what? Know what thing they happen to the people. The way you go back 10 for election, you go give them one bag rest. They go shape themselves dance because that's all they know. That's all they know. The people that allow wake up, allow begin educate with people them, allow we begin talk to with people them, allow we begin speak up. So we need better, we deserve better. There was middle class when I was coming up. Middle class was the business people. They ran Sierra Leone. Business people. Midday. Mono. Business people, not to politics. Business, they work hard. We see with people and they work hard, then come and not to fake business waiting and go, not to fan market business, not to 2,000-3,000 business, millions. Me own people, me own grandpa, them they call them black millionaire. Businessman, business. Solar person to una. Somebody is asking, money being raised to fly van out of Sierra Leone for treatment. Yes, yes, yes. They are
Is
asking
that the
for St.
purpose?
Daniel, then they
Is
try
that
for
the
fly him
purpose?
out. Yes, they are trying to fly him out because right now they can't do no treatment pana right now. And the way we're in body day right now, he is very, very sick. I cannot put that picture out there because I know. And what thing they do now, then they try for care and go either Ghana, Nigeria, Senegal, because they say Senegal have good people, they don't go with cancer, where they go able for try for get treatment, for try for get a second chance of life, because now God get life, we don't know. So that is what they're trying to do. Then they try for pull him, but right now he cannot even leave the country because he's very sick. So what do they do now? We they talk to the parents them, because we advise them diet, change the diet, try for change the diet. We don't buy vitamin them, we don't buy ensure, we they try for making body come back because he's depleted. In body is depleted right now. This is a young man. And I want to give a shout out to a girl called Aisha. I put on her forum. She sent a message to me and say, thank you, Ma. I see the flyer where you send. She's in Sierra Leone, by the way. It said, Daniel is my schoolmate. Na Freetown, now we all now in schoolmate. He's a very nice guy, a guy of few words, always saying hi to people. We go do waiting we able do, and I know say then safe na Freetown in group them in schoolmates them. Then safe they get a money na Freetown for try for help. That is what we do for one another. And I name Aisha, and I think he gets a salon na Lombly or something. I will promote in business. I will promote business because anytime when I go Freetown, when I want go do, let me find it. So since I'm on the topic, Mr. Shilon, I bring you in and remember then we will wrap up. So since we are in the topic, I saved her a thing in thing. Her name is Aisha. Let me see. I've been saving thing. Okay, yeah. Her name is Aisha, and it gets Georgina's luxury in a salon. And it day where is she at now? Who's side day? It gets services, it get number, and it day wait look at the address. Freetown Road, 26A Freetown Road in Lumley Mall. It then a Lumley Mall. Okay, I will read the comments on the screen. But then a Lumley Mall 26, and they get the thing they wanna participate for them picking and they, because these are young kids trying to give back and doing the right thing. So I tell her, say I will promote her. Her name is Aisha. And I put her on the page very soon. Send it to my social media review team. Please look at that and put it up. I'm going back to the screen and people then they ask questions. I'm sorry I'm not on the screen, but Mr. Shilon, I'll bring you in while they read the screen, sir. We President in England, a go for education business. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, but just by way of what you talk about in terms of the fundraising, just for help you, I think someone is offering 2 million leons, and that the person can collect it in Freetown. I think this person will offer the 2 million is in Freetown. So it's on, so to follow up on that.
I will.
Now,
Yes, I will I will tell the number. I will give the number. Let me give you the mama number. I'll put her out there. She don't mind because I tell her and say I will do everything I could for help. And the mama name Posse, Posseh, Posse Camara. That's in my mind name. It Kisi, but let me give you her number. Thank you so much. May God replenish you. I remember God go remember you on them. I remember God go send you the same help where you give for Daniel. You know, help other people. It comes back to you. And the mama number, please VOS if you can type and her name is Pose Kamara. And from America, I me get to Mino Sabi the code for Usha Day. And the number na 232 30 21 2118. And again, I will repeat 323 30 21 2118 in name Pose Kamara. So please, if you're not able, when I get in touch with me, I will send you the link to GoFundMe, and also I will, because you know it in mama make I tell you this story. When the brother came to me, because the brother I consider a son of mine, he came to me, say, Grandma, because in Pekin they call me Grandma, say, I want to do a GoFundMe. I want to do a GoFundMe. But my sister, no one for let them do them. My sister, they say, hey, waiting people then go talk. This is a young lady, we don't try, it get in Pekin, they don't put her through college, they don't strive, they don't put her through college. And you know, now sickness don't come. All in marketing, they go Guinea and back, everything done. Oh, people then go feel, say, oh, the bigger people then go feel. And I called her. He said, Grandma, talk to my sister, let understand. I said, Pastor, let me tell you something. I say a mother does everything for a child. A mother, they do everything for saving child in life. I say, go fund me, not to bigger. Go fund me because you don't have the money. You put it out there, and I make with my make them for help, for people that will go sorry for you, for help, for push you picking in life, and try for save you picking in life. So let your brother put this thing up, and IB put her up, and 2 days ago we don't get, I think, 2,400. God bless everyone we don't give, and everyone we get for big give. And again, the number is on the screen. Daniel and Mama, the number from America na +232 30 21 2118 in name Pose Kamara. And I post with the shame, and I post with Tokyo. Please put page, let people and click on the link, and I will try for see if I will share them. But yeah, so thank you so much. Thank you to everybody who don't give the possibility from Freetown. My number is 254-702-0429. 254-702-0429. If you want to send a message to me, you're able to get them. I will send you the link where you go able to reach them, where you go give them directly the money, because they just anything where they can get, anything what you can get. If God touch you out with whatever you want for give, it is not whatever. Some people go and give big, some people go and be small. I want for selling nobody no shape. You can put $5 safe if not $5 you able to afford, because you $5, because God know you had say that $5 day you give with all your might. Now you able to afford. Now make you give. That's what you can give. That's what you can afford. Also, you earn rich now. They give. Not say because somebody don't put 100, somebody don't put 500, and no one put. If you want, you put anonymous. If you want, you put your name. They be proud of what you give. Now you give. Some people don't want to let nobody know say they give. They want to give quietly. Again, you can put anonymous. But this is what you have. What do you get now? You give. You know, give what you don't get. You forgive what you get, what you able to afford. We're not going to left all in your own pocket. But if you able to give for save a life, please help Daniel for win this battle. This battle most times is hard to win, and we don't get the thing that even gets treatment yet. Because the first side we go for treatment, after they don't waka and take Freetown, they waka all side before they go Echo Lab. Then they go Connaught, they go Choitram. Now Choitram we send and go back. Then there's there where the doctor say they're not go able for do anything to her right now, the biopsy, because he has been depleted in body, don't weak. Now so bone nine left panel. But we they try, we still they believe God for her. We they gear ensure. Cotton Tree Pharmacy, I want to say kudos to Cotton Tree Pharmacy. We buy some, ensure them for and vitamin from Cotton Tree. Cotton Tree we don't lock. But Mr. Fuad, Dr. Fuad Sharif, thank you so much, sir. If una want, una people and sick, una want get good medicine, una go through Cotton Tree Pharmacy. 43 pharmacy, then they lock 2 o'clock because rain be they come boku, they lock 2 o'clock. Where I buy the things them, I pay for them, I call them. I say, are you open? He say they don't lock. He say, but is it emergency? I say, yes, this bobo is not able to eat safe. He need ensure na milk when they give, nutritious milk when they give in a hospital to people that were very, very sick, we're not able for eat. He get all loaded with nutrients and everything where the body need. The man sent a call in pharmacist. He called in pharmacy. He opened the door, go open back. He then America, he called then a Freetown. He said, "Una go open back. Una give this mommy the thing." So cotton tree pharmacy. If una want buy thing, una go online. Una pay for anaya. Una people and prescription medication or any kind of medication. Tino una need. Una go there because una want for no side the medicine. Then they come out some the medicine. Then they na poison. Then they put back inside una. So when you get your good source, they say that they get a good standard. So I just want to give them a shout out. Thank you, Dr. Fuad Sherif. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Because this Bobo, we don't know what thing God gets for him, but they believe God for him. That's why we need for make him body calm, him body get for calm. Because him body don't do nothing all left. For work as safe now walk. We don't buy boku vitamin D them. They go they drink and so they give energy. They God bless we all. No say to different people them. Let we help we company there. Let we help. Not all we fumble the number for help. People that will not fumble to themselves. Let we try for help. I love now all Mr. Shilon sir, President Bio. Let we go back. He don't go na England for go education. And the kabudu them boku weke go. Let we go.
Well, very briefly. See, talking about the president and in traveling, it's a tricky topic in the sense that as president, there are some privileges them where I think the system gear for applied discretion on. Left with me, I don't think based upon the economic situation of the country and based upon the subject matter we're going to go for, and in view of the fact that this is the age of WebEx and Zoom and all of that, some of these trips are not necessary. The president, first of all, if an educational purpose, that's why he has a cabinet. I think he get 2 ministers of education. And they supposedly are competent people who can go there and adequately represent them. But in choose for go and be a party to the group, and in so doing, it taking family with him, which I think so. Those are some of the fringe benefits of a president, because a president for always, whether you like it or not, forget the option of taking a family with him, and including some people like servants or people in a way discretionarily the system gap. Because being a president, you're entitled to certain privileges where unlike anybody else in the country. So me not get a problem with that. But there is another problem I get. And that is the president, the country get a policy. When the president goes out of the country, there is what you call per diem. For every night, then they pay so many hundreds, if not at least $1,000 for every night spent out of the country. I don't know the exact figure, but for the president, I know it's no less than $500 US dollars a night. It could be more. I don't have the actual figure. That to me is my concern, because already the president go on a chartered flight, the delegation where the care go, it get for feed them, it get for provide lodging, and then I'm sure it gets funds for expenditure in the family. So with that, all that expenditure there, I think the way the president can demonstrate good faith, now for waive in per diem entitlement, it will be a nice gesture on the part of the president if you say, well, I really got it with the country interest at heart, and to demonstrate good faith, the per diem will be for the X amount, because it's important for let the country know how much the money is, where you waive. I go waiver. To me, if the president do that, I don't have any problem with him traveling and taking a delegation of how many people that he feels like. I think as president, he's entitled to that. But the country cannot afford taking delegates who also, in addition to the president, like cabinet members, are entitled to per diem. Every time they spend time out of the country, they're entitled to so many hundreds of dollars every night as additional benefit to their salary. That is the only comment negatively I can say, but I will hope the president, if he and the minister they can waive per diem, because now serve and they serve the country. So enough a bit too much for them give back to the country, because it's not always taken away from the country. It's good for to give. So this is one time when they can demonstrate good faith. I don't see the necessity of the president himself attending it. I don't even see the necessity of people actually attending the meeting in person. But once they make the decision that they're going, it will seem to me that the per diem, in addition to feeding, lodging, transportation, because they know they fly plane, wherever they go, the plane is packed. Or maybe the plane they go return their original destination until they get ready for come back. So there are going to be internal transportation costs, and other related expenditure. So there's a lot of spending. So the per diem, I wish the president and the group can waive that, the one that we're entitled to that. That's all I have to say.
Okay. Yeah, somebody writes me say cotton pharmacy, Madam Mary Lou limited medications. They did not have it. They look for buy a medication for a family. If you get prescription medication, you can contact them. Contact Dr. Fuad. If you click on the link, if you go on Facebook, they get numbers then for contact them. Then say if you get prescription, then can able fill your prescription. I don't know. But I know say I don't buy from them many times. So if you get with Dr. Fuad Sharif, if you click on the link on Facebook, and it will go to their number, and then go tell you if they go able to get them or they not go able to get them. I don't know if they send express medication from here, go Freetown, because since he's a medical doctor, he needs, I don't know how he does it, but I think he can able to fulfill your prescription medication. So check them out. I mean, I'm doing a free plug for them because their service was good to me, and so when service is good, you get for them, because I know so we don't get Tanaya. He was one of our sponsors when we first begin. He was one of our sponsors. We don't interview him, and I know say he don't even open a dialysis center in Freetown, right, Professor Kutubu?
Sure.
I think he don't open a dialysis center too in Freetown, right? Yeah, they don't open a dialysis center. So Churchland is the worst hospital in Sierra Leone. It's supposed to be for the poor and it's used by the rich. That is the problem with we country. The poor man go continue for suffer. The poor man go continue for suffer until we understand, until we come together, until we be our brothers and sisters keepers, until we put other people, treat other people like we will want to be treated. We get a long way for go. Because where is the love of 1961? Where is the spirit of 1961? We have so many things that have divided us, but we get so many things that we are together. Because I can watch, I see an accident happen. You see young people and they run for go save the lives of the people them we don't get at the accident. They know they ask you na mendeti mini limba krio loko yalunka gizi yoro kwanko malonka local any kind. They know they ask madingo fula gizi. They know they ask you know waiting. Then they run for go save a life. If we all get a mentality in all the things we do, if we get the mentality, we country go before. So there is power in togetherness. There is power in unity. There is power in knowledge. But Mali say emancipate yourself from mental slavery. The world stressful. Like Emerson say, me no want to know stress. So myself, I want for go out today. Say I don't want no stress. I sit down on my corner. No can jam me with you on because the life so stressful. Unale we love one another. Unale we laugh more. Unale we just that person to be co-host them. But I want to end with Emma singing a song where they go out today. Let everybody dance and shaking stress away and shaking problem away because me say go grab and dance. Me no want no stress. Emerson says so. So I sit down on my corner, you count your rikishi. I dey try for mass me only one guy put you on for me, you know. And Emerson say, oh, not to me say. So myself they take that attitude they try for help one another for let we lessen the burden, let we not go get too much stress. Because all man stress, money no day, social media na mess, they run dry. Youth man then they not get nothing for do pass them go gather them for go fets. Pass them go gather them for go kill. Then they thief boku, work no day, nothing no day. Say today, we dey on the same, we know they doesn't go merry go round. Mr. Shilon, sir, give the last word to people then.
Well, you know, there's always so much to be said. And always, as usual, we never have enough time to talk about all the topics that we want to talk about. So, but plenty said today. Whatever we're not able to address this time, we'll go save them for next time. But a lot of stuff I could have touched on, like no zoning laws, infrastructure, but those will be topics for hopefully next week. The callers then make some very interesting comments then, some of which are worth answering, responding to. So, but for right now, I would say thank you for listening, everybody. Please tune in next week, and we'll always appreciate your participation.
Thank you, sir. And to you, Professor.
Oh, well, me only very simple. Whilst I thank the people who come, I want openly challenge said Kamara for come with an audio that we specifically, accuse me of telling the many people that they rise against other people. Then. I want openly invite them to bring an aya. If you don't bring an aya, then you know to somebody of honor. Me, they stand on me honor for say, I have never and I will never, if anything, now we they condemn them. Some people they name that I don't even call them, but they condemn them for doing anything. So I openly invite them. Yes, there was a time when we be say, Kebos say, if they do things wrong to people there, very bad things there. Now, in your local place there, brutalize people there, if they do this. So, as if the man that they call us, we not to go against them. Yeah, because the people they get right for defend themselves. As a result of what Kebos said, and our system by that. If you brutalize people, then they get a right to defense. Not because you didn't power if you do that thing. But other than I have never asked any way to mandate people. Tribalism is not a part of me. One day not in my bone. Nobody not in our way accuse me of tribalism. That's what I can tell her. So I invite her, let it come with that video, say, let mandate people them. And I really want our ears. Once again, thanks so much for listening to me.
Thank you so much. Mr. Mama Duba, my brother, say, it saddens me when we talk about any program or development, we only focus on Freetown. Outside of Freetown, oh Lord, they don't jump. Oh Lord, they don't jump. Oh Lord, they don't jump. Hold up. He jump on me. He say outside of Freetown, there's absolutely nothing. Nothing, not the outside of Freetown. Everything is in Freetown. We get for go outside of Freetown. Government, government. We get for go outside of Freetown. Now we begin care all team, other team, then go other side. Let people then go able they the land boku. We get boku land in Freetown. Boku land in Freetown where we can spread low cost housing. Then can build for them people pull them come on them bay. Pull them come on them ghetto area pull them come on at their overcrowded slump, whether they over then comping. The life expectancy in Sierra Leone are 52, 53 people that they die. The life expectancy because the quality of health is not good. The thing the way they eat not good. We environment, sanitation, all thing plaba boku problem there. But I want left una this week, like I can always say, go beyond beautiful, go beyond. You go make a difference. Define there is happiness in everything. There is happiness in everything. It is our mindset that make we and break we. Unala we change we mind. Unala we change we mind. I love on all diversity. Is we get for embrace diversity. If I shine today, not jealous me, go work on yourself. When you work on yourself tomorrow, you go better past me, you go shine past me. The sun go there over you, the cloud there over me. So till next week, una play for me, Emma Sin. I don't want no stress. Una let we go be good, man. Because I want dance, I want shake small bit, I want shake body small today.
Shake them to the music, until you want them get stressed. Every day you wake up and spend 7 morning, you don't touch stress. That's not a back where wake up. Sleep and wake up by body power. How the government they mess up, my soul mentally they messed up. Hey, the woman then they act up, then say all the man then they effort. Hey, man then they act up, then say the money business now not so bad. If you don't get that nice, you are feeling what I'm feeling. Are you feeling what I'm feeling? See, I'm looking nice. You're feeling me, I'm feeling you. You don't want no stress. 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 Thank God that my life,